Banging D's? Banging D's.
Oh.
Are we in?
We're banging D's.
We are live.
I definitely might have made the wrong decision.
I don't know if you did, honestly.
Are we?
I don't know
We
how.
clanking it.
This
Okay.
tastes weird.
Well, I know it's this combination is so strong and weird.
I don't know how.
Let me transfer you to Braden.
Transfer to Clink song.
Wait, somebody transfer me to Devin.
Bam.
I honestly
Cleanse my
don't know
soul.
who I got.
Transfer to there.
Alright,
Like
Carter
some
Lewis.
sets aren't bad. Some are so bad.
It's going.
God.
Alright, so I think we should start this bitch off.
Alright, what is the starting topic?
I really
There's
don't
a
know.
lot
Let's
of people.
actually introduce who the fuck is here this time
Yeah.
instead of waiting until
Yeah, we
20
waited,
minutes into the thing. Alright, so I'll start off. I'm just going to throw it to the right. Before we kind of said like more than just our names, I'm just saying my name now.
Yeah.
I'm Seth.
Braden.
Yo, what's up? It's Van.
Devin.
This is Kieran.
This is Penelope.
Hey. Alright, so we got a couple new faces here. We got Devin. We got Penelope here, Kieran's girlfriend. Other than that, it's just the same crew that we had last time. So fucking,
Let's go.
yeah. Really,
This is the Crawlspace. We gotta introduce it. We gotta remember. I don't think you said that yet.
yeah. I don't, dude, how the fuck did we just flow into a conversation so perfectly last time?
I think because we had
Yeah,
the
we-
conversation set up
Yeah,
with
we
like
did. What-
topics
We were
at least.
already like
Okay.
drunk though.
Yeah.
So fucking, I don't even know, bro. Alright.
Well, first off, there's the new Skizzy Mars album. I have not
Fuck,
listened to it yet,
dude.
though.
Alright.
You haven't listened to it yet,
Dude,
Braden?
no.
Alright, you're literally slacking so
I think
unbelievably
the
hard.
singles that you
Braden.
released before the album are the best songs off the album.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're good. Calabasas.
Yeah,
and-
Yeah, and
No advice.
It's upstairs. Let me go grab it.
There you go.
One day, my darling.
Yeah, dude, Skizzy Mars literally does not disappoint.
Yeah,
Ever.
he's
Not
so
at all.
consistent.
He fucking is.
I-
Even though this album has been teased for like 2 fucking years,
It was worth the 2 years.
it was worth it, honestly.
I'd say so.
What do you guys think your favorite song is?
I recently, like, literally just finished the album, but I'd say Sideways is also a good song.
Sideways is pretty good, dude.
I'm going with my phone.
I fuck with Trippy so hard. dude.
Trippy?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that song's
I gotta
so good.
listen
We're gonna
to
play that
it.
shit after this, but like, God, those are probably my favorites.
How do you guys like when you guys listened to the album today? How did you do it? Like, what were you doing while you did it?
I was just at work. I was just like
Do
loading
you
shit
get
up
to
and
like?
fucking.
Thank
Fuck yes. Keep the salt. I was just at work, just loading shit up, and I just had that playing in my pocket. I
you.
just,
You can like while you're working, can you have that shit in?
no, it was before we opened at like 7 to 9.
Then what were you doing?
I was actually home doing laundry, and then, you know.
Oh, the first
Barrier.
fucking time. We're testing it.
Dude, I was doing laundry and I was just playing games on the PS4, but God, dude, I had that album on repeat for like the longest time ever. It's a good album.
It's a good album, dude. It's only like what, 31 minutes long.
Yeah.
There's like
How many songs
songs.
is it?
So short.
Dude,
That's
I'm so
weird.
glad you just said that because I'm just kind of glad that they've gotten shorter. I am and I'm not. I feel like I like the shorter
That reminds
projects.
me of something like Lil Nas X said, like my songs. He didn't like say this is why my songs are short, but he said like having my songs short so I could get more plays on Spotify or something.
Dude,
That's I can see that.
Like true, but I don't know.
I'm sure they take different
people's
approaches to
attention
it.
spans
Yeah.
are really short too.
Yeah,
So like,
that's definitely true.
I don't know, dude. People are listening to music for different shit nowadays,
Yeah.
honestly. Oh my god. the
I
bus
don't
is
know, I
like-
feel like
that's 50.
what were we just talking about? Like the length of albums. I feel like at this point in music, like especially in hip hop, like if you're gonna do a longer album, like an hour, like something closer to an hour, like some of them go to like hour 15 depending on like how many tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like if you're gonna make, like if you're coming out with that big of an album, like it's got to be like a fucking masterpiece. Like it's got to be, every song has got to be.
I'm just thinking of like
Crazy.
Token's album. Like I was going through this period of like listening to a bunch of like albums that were just short as fuck, and I feel like how people were releasing their shit. Like Pusha T dropped a short ass album. And
there was
literally,
that
I don't
span
know
where
who
Kanye
else. There
produced
was-
like
Yeah.
it was like Nas dropped one,
It was literally I think like
Kid
4 or
Cudi.
5 different albums in a month.
Yeah, and it was like
all produced by Kanye.
all seven songs, all 7 tracks, and like
Jeez,
that was
okay.
like, and Pusha T went, like that changed some shit.
Okay,
It's
my
like a
main
good-ass
reason
album.
my main reason bringing that up is it's just like I was going through a period of listening to a lot of those kind of short projects, and then Token's project was just like one of those. How many songs were on it, Braden? Like what, 17 maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was
17, and then like it was over an hour, and I just feel like I don't know. I feel like he captured that approach in the sense of like it was a masterpiece, and if you're gonna make something that long, it's gotta be fucking like.
Straight fire.
It's almost like everything in there has to have a purpose. Like, don't waste our time with like shit that's
Yeah.
just gonna
Like
ruin
Phil.
stuff.
I feel like that album like was a story. I know that a lot of them are, but I mean like I feel like that one really played off of the concept of a story, and I feel like that helped it like be as long as it was.
Token was really good like the whole time. Like the album is called Somewhere in Between, and literally like all he does is describe how he's not famous, but he's not like some
Somewhere
basement
between.
rapper, you know.
Somewhere in between.
I wish we could play that song right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for him. But
He's
Are
on
you
the
gonna go to
good
the
side of
Sissy Wars
somewhere
concert with
between
us?
though. He's on the
Ah.
Fast and Furious movie now.
yeah, okay.
What?
Did you hear that shit?
Token.
Token?
What?
He's gonna be on the Fast and
Sean
Furious
Fox or
soundtrack
whatever.
and fucking
Madden.
Madden, bro.
Yeah, so
and the Madden soundtrack.
that's
Dude,
That's fucking crazy.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He fucking deserves it, dude. I'm glad.
Dude.
I'm always happy to see people
Dude,
get this.
imagine
Patty
just,
Cake
like,
was the first song I ever heard by Token.
Dude, I was just about to say that. I was like, imagine hearing Patty Cake while you're playing.
Yeah.
Fucking, you're playing Madden. Like, that'd be crazy. Like you just load in the game and it's like. Boom, 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 boom. You're like,
Oh my god, dude. I've heard that song for so long. Fucking, how long has it been since you guys have even touched Madden?
oh my god.
I-
Braden,
Actually-
our undefeated
sorry.
season.
Our undefeated season.
Dude,
Devin and
I
And
forgot
then Von
that-
Miller left, and then we never played.
Literally. I like bid him too low on the contract twice in a row, and he was like, "Fuck this team." So we just kind of lost Von Miller, and we're like, "Oh well, there goes our entire defense."
I never played any of like the real campaign aspects of any of the Madden games or the NCAA
Did you ever
games.
play franchise?
No, bro.
Did any of you guys play
Mhm.
franchise?
Yeah, that's what they're talking
Did you?
about.
Oh, okay.
They're
Did
undefeated
you guys
season.
play like? Dude, I literally played from 2000. I have every Madden from 2000 up. Bro.
My gets my brother a copy every year, even though he doesn't even have a console. He just gets it for him for tradition.
Really?
Do you remember like how we got the copy that we got?
Yeah. Okay, tell this story. This is a crazy.
Okay, so like
Oh
Devin
yeah,
and I,
this story is actually fucking crazy.
we were like Devin and I were at like a frisbee tournament and shit, and then we came home
What was
and
this, like freshman year?
sophomore. year?
Sophomore.
I think sophomore year. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. And we come home from it, and Devin's like, "Yo, I'm kind of hungry," and so I forget what happened, but somehow we ordered Papa John's, and I guess they were doing like a deal where just like across the country they randomly gave out 100 copies of Madden 2016 like before it came out, and the dude just showed up to my door. He was like, "Hey, you got an Xbox?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Here you go."
Brand new Madden. We have the certificate, or we did.
Yeah,
We used to have
I think I have it like hanging up somewhere. It was literally, it was like, "Congratulations!" And I'm like, "Congratulations indeed."
Fuck yes, dude.
Just walked up with like a $60 game, and I was like,
Yeah, dude, those were an investment, man. Like
They still
you had to
are.
wait. I had to wait till Christmas. My grandma always got me that shit. And like I just share with like Killian. Like Killian's my brother. And,
Mhm.
like eventually I had to start sharing with Kiel. But I don't know where I was getting with
That's
that.
crazy. Ben has to deal with that now, sharing the PlayStation.
When it comes to violence in video
You do?
games, how
Donnie,
has your fam-
fucking Donnie, dude. That fucking. I don't remember why I don't like him.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yo, when it comes to violence in video games, how has your guys' family like been about that?
They didn't care.
I
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, like, my dad's side kind of cared, but like on my mom's side, we just like, I don't know. I was playing.
Yeah.
I think I was like 7, and that was when like my brother got the first like COD Modern Warfare, and like
Uh-huh.
that's when I started playing that.
Fucking,
Go ahead. You.
I was playing WWE on the Wii, like, in my fucking. Usually, nobody in my family cares about violence or anything in video games, but like my aunt was in the room, and then she was so upset that like. In the wrestling game, I don't know, I had like this guy in like a hold and I was pushing him. She was like, "That is so not fair. That is so not fair." And she literally made me turn it off. Like, I have
You
not
are
thought-
done with
I
this
have
game.
not thought about that in a minute, but it was like, that was so fucking weird. Like, why did she have such a problem with that?
Actually,
Literally, I was gonna say it's a sport. It's not a sport, but I mean, like, it's like.
She's
fucking-
mad at like punching for WWE, dude. I've put so much time
in the running over random ass people
Yeah.
in Grand Theft Auto, fucking just
like
yeah.
so much worse.
It's so bad.
Let alone think about the amount of time I put in UFC 2.
yeah. So
good.
fucking, you were talking about on the last podcast, like the difference between UFC 2 and UFC 3. Have you touched UFC 3 at all?
So I went over to my brother's house, and they had it, like, I don't know how they got it, but they were just like, hey, you trying to play some UFC 3? And so I kind of, like, pulled up, and I was playing against my brother's roommate, Daniel. And he kicked my ass, like, 3 times in a row. But my brother came back, and my brother kept getting his ass kicked by Daniel, too. And so my brother came back, and he played a game, and he got his ass kicked. And then we were going to go fuck around with some music and shit, but I was like, all right, let me teach Daniel a lesson here. So I pulled up, and, like, I was playing, and it literally... So, I don't know, I was kicking his ass, like, the whole game, and I landed, like, this huge punch, and he was rocked, and I started, like, coming forward and, like, throwing punches and stuff, and then he lands one kick, and I just got dropped, and it was, like, I couldn't even do anything. That was just, like, fight over, and I was like, okay, well, that's it. And so, yeah, I just kind of gave up on UFC 3 again.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes, man.
I feel like that's always been a problem in UFC though. Like one punch could. That's like
Mhm.
that's how it is in real life too. Like there's been guys that are literally on the brink of just like falling asleep,
Mhm.
and they land one lucky ass shot like to the perfect, just right on the
Mhm.
button, and they're just
crazy.
out.
I literally saw a video, I forget or I don't even know when this fight was, but it was Matt Mitrione. I don't know if you know who that is. He's in Bellator. Devin, he was the dude who fought like that crazy ass fight that we watched. Okay.
Double knockout?
Anyone who knows mixed martial arts, you're gonna know what Matt Mitrione versus Fedor Emelianenko is. For the people in this room who don't know, which I'm sure is many, it's just like it's just like there was in mixed martial arts, like, I mean, it's kind of like crazy to see from outside of like martial arts, but like it's really rare for two people to throw punches at the same time and knock each other down, and like that we watched that happen live.
Damn.
I feel like I've definitely seen it happen. I just didn't know that.
Mhm.
That was like
It's shit like that shit
I've
never
seen, like,
happens, and like
a 3 total in my life,
Mhm.
and I think it's like. The
I mean,
only
I'd-
ever known.
it's not that it's like it never happens, but it's like one out
It's
of
just
every
really rare.
1,000 fights.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
you know.
really rare. I would say more, bro.
like
really
in I
honest.
think in UFC history, UFC and Bellator history, there's been 3.
Yeah.
Like so,
Damn.
like it doesn't happen. We watched that shit live, and we were like,
This
oh.
is crazy stuff live.
That'd be
Aaron Pico.
crazy.
Yeah, dude, we watched Aaron Pico. This dude, he was up and coming, and there was so much hype behind him. God, I feel like this is turning into an MMA podcast at this point.
Okay.
But
We're good.
just real quick, there's the dude named Aaron Pico. He was coming up. He had so much hype behind him, and he was in Bellator. No one knew who he was, but I mean, like everyone kind of was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be crazy." And then he got choked out in like 20 seconds. We were like, "Whoa!"
Oof.
All this hype for nothing. Right?
Big
So
oof.
just to get choked out in 20
But then he
seconds.
came back, and he was like, "This man's left hooks
Is
are
that
crazy."
2?
I don't know. I think I've sent you
This'll be
videos and
2,
shit
this
of
will
it.
probably be the end.
This will
Probably.
be a triple.
Not like the end, but like.
Alright, I'll hit the triple
I got
with you
it.
on this.
Shooter
This
McGavin.
is your third?
Oh,
Are we shooting
God.
McGavin?
I took
me-
the second one just kind of like.
Let me
in there.
pour it up really
The
quick.
second one was
Alright.
rough, dude. I accidentally didn't get it like down, so I fucking had to take the second swallow, and the second swallow.
Yeah.
I feel like
Ah.
we, I feel
The
like
second
we
swallow
all-
always hurts.
Oh, are we all Pat
when we were
Benatar?
camping, dudes, like that, we all Dylan Hatch. I feel like we all sacrificed something. Yeah.
I came into
time to
that,
put in
what
work.
you were saying, I'm not
Let
gonna
me just transfer yours to everyone.
Yeah.
And I feel your
That's a good way to
spirit.
do it, swirl.
Rest in peace to my hero.
Why are you so strong?
No, I flip everything.
The struggle.
Dude, this is so smooth for some reason.
It's what?
Smooth for some reason.
It's
The,
What is
uh,
your
Fuego?
understandable.
Fuego?
He's got Fireball.
What are
Wait.
two words called? Tastes like tamales, but with alcohol.
Hot tamales?
Exactly.
Dude,
Hot
those.
tamales.
It is not even.
What is it called? It tastes like tamales. Like you got like part of it out.
I do not fuck with hot tamales at all.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
hate spicy shit.
Just like, well, I don't hate spicy shit, but like
Do
cinnamon.
you? Do you like hot tamales?
Kieran eats them a lot.
Yeah. Have you just kind of like adopted it?
It like, I don't like it. If you eat too much, it's like.
Honestly, one is too much for me. I'm like, what
It's
the
not
fuck
that
is
it's-
this?
Cinnamon's alright, but like
That's
spicy
my
cinnamon,
Yeah.
that's not my thing.
Dude, there was a week where I literally went like $2.
God damn,
Like,
Kieran.
there's one gas station by my house that's like most gas stations will sell them for like $1.99 now or like $1.69. I'm like, what the fuck? There's one smaller one that still sells it for $1, and I'm like, that's what they are worth.
The
Like,
golden
That's
ticket,
what
bro.
they're
It
worth.
just remind me of my childhood.
Yeah.
So I stick to that.
I don't know,
I,
that burn,
like, didn't even
I'll get like 6 in there, and like once I start burning, I'm like, I honestly can't stop. But then I get like
trap.
I get like
Hot
3/4 of the
Cheetos,
way
it's
through the
100%.
box, and then like my stomach starts to hurt because it's just a bunch of sugar. But those are.
All I know is my first interaction with hot tamales, I thought it was going to be like Mike and Ike's, and I was so horribly wrong.
I don't like Mike and Ike's.
Really?
Dude,
I don't
frozen
like-
Mike and Ike's
I
are
know,
literally
those
some of the
are-
best things
those
on
are
this
my
planet.
life.
I'm so glad you agree.
Literally, I don't even know how it happened, but we put Mike and Ike's in the freezer and we took them out and
No, they were in the car because they were cold in the car, and you guys brought
was it
them
the
in.
car?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we
Dude,
left them
that
out in the
is-
car and we brought frozen Mike and Ike's back in and oh, that was like okay. I
It's
don't
like
know.
they aren't frozen solid. It's
Yeah.
like it's not like it.
They're
fucks
just
your
cold
teeth.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. You
Maybe a
bite
little
into them
harder,
and it
too.
almost feels like there's more like juiciness. You get the flavor out of it. It's cold. It's so
Yeah. I
satisfactory.
want some fucking Mike and Ike's right now, bro.
Right?
Damn, what the fuck?
King Supers is right there.
True
I
that.
wish we could.
That was
podcast
such
on
a
the go.
Bah.
The acoustics in this room kind of carried it along.
What?
What you got? This.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Police brutality.
I'm trying to talk, but I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna fucking
I
talk
forgot
and
about that
try to
rule.
make a song.
Hey. Okay, so I'm not even gonna explain it. God, I don't know why it's so hard to find a conversation right now.
I don't know, but I think it's just because we literally came into this with zero.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, there was no preparation.
Jumped in.
Prepared for this.
I think we just gotta have something to like start off with, and then we can just kind of like go from there and have the conversation. But like, I don't know. Also, conversational skills will kind of develop as we go out,
Yeah.
go through this.
Yeah.
That's okay.
There
Also,
hasn't-
what I
there haven't
literally,
been any burps yet, bro. There was like
I literally,
Oh,
I
it
was.
is.
When you guys first took a shot.
Okay. I was gonna say the last fucking podcast literally had burps at least every minute.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even realize it. I watched it like 3 times through and didn't realize it, and then Seth and I watched, and it was literally like every like I don't know. It was pretty on the dot. Like every like 45 seconds there was someone burping.
It'd be so funny because sometimes it'd be just like the most perfect second of silence that a burp would just get like put in there.
That last one just went really well. The first one we ever did that was like.
It really did, honestly. It just kind of flowed like there was nothing, bro.
Okay, something that I remembered that we need to try and like do just going forward is like keep our conversation at like a consistent volume.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
Because we definitely would like start talking and then get kind of quiet as we
Yeah, I
paced
remember
off
you
throughout.
talking about that.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna get better, bro. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna get better.
It's a process.
So
That it is.
I don't even know what to talk about, but let's talk about our camping trip, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the camping
Fucking- Yeah.
September 26th through the.
What the fuck?
September
did you just say?
26th.
September 26th, man. Great time. Alright, so we fucking went camping this past weekend, like what, July 19th through the 21st?
Yeah.
I was trying to name the dates, but that was
Dude, that was way off, bro.
that was when my mom's getting married.
What the fuck? Congrats.
Congrats, Kieran. Well,
Yeah. Alright, well, pretty much we fucking just drove up, like, we kind of left kind of late. We got there around, like, what, 10:30?
We left
like-
here like almost 7 o'clock. We're like,
Yeah, it was like
It was-
6:30.
it was
we
pretty
got
bad.
here and like we were all
I did
kind of
get
like.
here
Then we
late.
went to the gas station.
But that's yeah.
when I lost my card and all that bullshit.
And we pulled off a few times too.
Yeah, we did. Well, fucking, we just pretty much pulled up. Where the fuck did we go? We just drove for a really long time.
What was
on
what was the place
I-70.
you told me to look up? It was called
we saw
Horseshoe
Horseshoe
Campgrounds.
And it was close to that. It was like
Horseshoe Campgrounds was literally like right at the entrance of that dirt
It was
road.
probably like a
We
good,
probably
like,
went, like-
half hour like
yeah, half
north
hour.
like northeast of Silverthorne. Most
Yeah.
seasons weren't.
Way, I'd say longer than that because it was like
We took
I
the.
it was like
on
half
the
hour
drive
alone.
Back, like when we drove back and once we hit like Wendy's.
Did that take like half hour?
Okay.
That seemed like it. I don't know. I know we
I have
smoked,
another
so
topic.
I didn't even
when
have
you're
a
high,
topic,
like,
but-
time is nothing.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. That van was like I don't know. We lit up the Jegane, and we were like driving over the. We were driving over the hill, and there was like the bike race that was going on,
Red
right?
Ops.
And those cops
Red-
were there.
That was
Oh,
so scary.
The van was like.
Fuck.
The guy on the bike, dude, they fucking.
I was like,
they
toss
had
that shit out
they
the
had
window,
the
put it
straight
on his
up like
helmet.
state trooper hats. Like the bills were like fucking like.
It was like martial
Samurai swords.
law, like full sun hat goes around like cowboy pull up and shoot your ass
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
cop.
dude.
And so yeah, we were
Literally,
hiding.
He went for the hat like right as we passed him, and I was like,
Yeah, dude, I was like, fuck, we're straight up about to get pulled over.
I didn't
So was
see
toss
that, like,
shit.
I
And
didn't-
Devin was like, nah, we're good.
I don't know, like Van and I feel.
We didn't even light
Yeah.
ours till like after
Yeah,
we got.
we
to the
after
main
we got
road.
to like the road, so we didn't even care. But like I don't know, that first guy who's kind of like stopped and like telling people when to go and stuff, he just like kind
was
of
he on like
stared
that
at us.
main?
From
That was- that was
yeah,
the
and he was
second-
like sitting at the
that was
T.
the second
I
cop
remember
that
we
we've
said
seen.
we were like that guy's job is literally just to be here.
Yeah, so we're like, there's no way he's
Not
gonna
gonna
come
do
with
shit.
it.
Yeah, that's so true.
Redirect people.
He was the one with the hat though. I was like, dude, that's a legit fucking hat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That thing's.
It's intimidating
It
as
was
shit.
so
Intimidation
straight.
tactics.
Seeing a state trooper is scary, bro. Just seeing
I got
the fucking
pulled over by
charger. or
one,
like,
dude. That was.
Did you really?
weird. Yeah, I tried to like maneuver. She probably knew what was going on, but it was like she was like a short-haired Miss Lauber.
Oh, man.
Miss Lauber was like
Miss Lauber.
she was most of our like LA teachers. She was just. She
Cheers.
was a bitch.
Dude,
An
okay,
old
okay.
crust.
She was just angry 24/7.
Okay,
Her
shut up.
students were the victims.
Okay, y'all, do you guys remember when Jared Smerdell fucking
Yeah,
prank
dude, I was
called
telling
her?
Braden this the
And
other day.
she fucking blew up on
I
his
remember
ass.
that voicemail. Jordan Farner played me that because
Yeah.
I remember that same day. We literally, I thought about this a couple days ago. Like me and Jordan Farner and like Nate Hayden and like Alex Irwin and Luke Irvin, we all called we called like Target's Deli and Walmart's Deli and we called like the pharmacy, just like prank call.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything what we specifically said, but I remember like
Dude,
they played that shit.
Fucking Colton had something that was like some pre-programmed voices. That it was like,
I remember
Oh, the
so
numbers
much.
he would give us to
Talking
call?
with it,
about,
and it was
bro.
some dude told me I was fucking his girlfriend, and I was like, what?
Okay.
Like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
that was through a website. I remember that because I
Yeah.
remember Colton showing me.
And you could have the prank calls come from like numbers that you knew. Like at the time, my girlfriend, like her number popped up, and I was like, okay, I'm about
That's
just to
some
answer the phone.
scary
ass.
I answered the phone, and it was some dude fucking telling me I fucked his girlfriend.
That's
I was like,
really
what?
weird.
Of course, Colton would do something like that.
Of course, Colton
My
would do that.
senior year, like I.
Colt was pretty good at that shit though. You gotta admit, he was very
He
good at
was.
that.
He fucking. Do you remember in science class he had like that fart thing on his phone, and like I don't remember how long he did it, but
Yeah.
like he would literally just fucking like fake rip ass in the middle of class. It's just
He
completely
had the
played
balls
out.
to do that shit like in the
I
middle
love
of
Colton.
class.
He didn't care at all. Dude.
It's fucking funny as shit.
Colton was a
he
G.
would, like he would make some weird ass noises. And we were at like hot pepper.
Dude, I wonder if he can still do that. Dude, the fucking high pitched screech. Him and Kyle fucking bended like.
Yeah. Oh my
Like
god.
I don't even know how to explain this, but our friend Colton, he used to be able to like
He was pretty weird.
somehow manipulate his vocal cords to just make this most high pitched like whistle sounding like scream. I don't even know how to
Yeah.
explain it. Then there was this other kid that could also do it. So they just like stood in front of each other and did it at the same time, and it like fucking like bended sound, bro. It was so weird. God, middle school was such a fucking weird
Was
time.
that Kyle Polanski?
Yeah.
Of course it was
God,
Kyle
dude.
Polanski, bro.
Didn't he come back to our high school for a little bit?
Mhm.
He did for
To
like
visit.
a couple days, and I remember like someone texted me, and it was like Kyle Polanski's here, and I was like, what? And like the next time I texted him, it was like, oh yeah, he already left. I was like, damn.
Kyle fucking.
I just remember middle school fight club. It was fate on sight with him and Colton.
God,
I-
middle school fight club.
Mr. Lopez, that man did not like
He
me.
did and he didn't. He'd blow his whistle and be like, "Hey,
Exactly.
stop."
Me specifically though, he just. I felt okay. He fucked you too though, but like Once,
When
but
did he
like
fuck me?
when he sent you to the office for popping the bag.
That was you. Oh shit, that was me.
That was
what
you.
the fuck? I forgot about that. I thought that was you. Yeah, literally in like 6th grade, I like puffed up like a little brown fucking lunch bag
Paper
and I
bag.
popped it and fucking I got sent to the office for that shit. It's not even like it was that loud. I just did it. And
There
he was
were like
"Get the
6
fuck outta
people
here."
who did it after, and like no one else
Yeah.
got sent to the office.
God. All I know is Braden got literally fucked by him for no apparent reason.
That guy disliked me, and I remember one time like we were walking out, and I mean obviously we kind of like I don't know, just kind of backstory. We had like it was a pretty legit fight club at recess,
Yeah,
like no
pretty
lie.
fucking legit, yeah.
Like we didn't like fight each other for hurt, but it was just like we'd play games and tackle the shit out of each other, and like I don't know, it was full square up fade on sight kind of stuff. But no, yeah, I remember one time we were literally just walking out to the field, and Colton ran up and jumped on my back, and like I pulled him off, and then Mr. Lopez, because he saw that, like sent me to the wall, and I was like,
To the
fuck
wall.
the wall,
To the wall.
go to the wall. I was
Devin,
like the
do you
wall.
remember this? We fucking like we were fighting over
The corner seat.
we were
Yeah.
fighting over a corner seat at the lunch table. And then I don't know what happened, but like somebody like punted a football.
Yeah, the ball was on the ground. I just punted it, and it went right over Marley's head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm surprised
And
they didn't get in more trouble.
we got in trouble. We had to stay inside the whole recess and
Yeah.
clean up the lunchroom. I
That's
remember.
a bad. Yeah, we did.
What the
oh
fuck?
my god.
Was it even cold outside?
I don't remember.
Were there like people that stayed inside for the lunch? Because I don't
Maybe.
remember it being so like empty and
Yeah, I don't
lonely.
know. I for some reason don't remember it all, but
That was, oh my god, there's so many weird middle school memories.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we gotta mention this just because, like, we're kind of on middle school topics. Like, we used to have these things called socials in middle school, which was like, we just fucking, like, as a whole school, we decide, like, alright, we're having a social this day, so we're gonna have shorter classes, and then at the end of the day, we're all just gonna meet up and have, like, a big-ass party. So, like, we were starting the big-ass party, and me, I don't remember who was there, but it was, like, me, Braden, Devin, we're all just like up on this like wall. It was drywall. That's gonna be important here in a second. Fucking for some reason I was just like watching people walk by. I just got the craziest urge to just mule kick behind me. And like I thought the fucking wall.
Explain what a
behind
mule
me-
kick is.
I don't just imagine you're leaning up against the wall and then you just like fucking kick behind you as hard as you possibly can. Like that's really all I can explain it as.
I thought it was because Colton was behind you, like
No,
doing shit, and he pissed you off, and you tried to
literally-
kick him. But
Literally no reason whatsoever. Like I thought we were in front of the brick part of the wall because
Yeah.
there was brick and then there was drywall.
like a brick pillar.
Yeah. So I was just chilling on the wall. All of a sudden I got this urge. I was like, fuck it. So I fucking mule kick as hard as I can. And I feel my foot straight go all the way through the wall. And I had to fucking pull it out.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember what happened after that.
we
I think it
panicked
just-
and ran into
I
the
was
cafeteria.
gonna say,
Yeah,
like, the cafeteria is where, like, all the music was, everybody was dancing, so we just ran in there.
Yeah.
And I fucking watched some kid from the outside snitch on me.
Yeah.
Like, Dylan,
Yeah,
but if
before
you
that,
watch this, I hate you for this.
Dude, but before that, you did it, and I like look over the crowd, and I see him looking at us, and he, like I knew he saw, and I was like, oh god,
Damn, bro.
because he was like a little bit taller than everyone, so I saw him.
Yeah. Bro, that was some fucking bullshit.
And
Yeah, but then
what did you
I-
have to do for it?
I had to pay for the wall to get fixed.
Mhm.
And then fucking, like,
Weren't you supposed to have community service? But
Yeah,
you just
but
said
they-
like fuck that.
yeah, because they told me about it like fucking way after it happened. It's like, all right, you're gonna have to pay for this wall, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna pay for the wall. That's it. And then like 6 months after that, like I'm probably sure the school year ended at that point. Like my mom gets a call from Principal fucking Myers, whatever the fuck his name was. And
Dude,
he's telling my mom that like I gotta do
Mr.
some community
motherfucking
service for it. Straight up, my mom was like, "Fuck that! Like it's been too long.
seriously.
Like I already paid for it. Like
Yeah.
shit's fixed."
Yeah.
So, yup, fucking Mr. Riggs, bro. We all fucking had.
didn't he like
had
tap dance or
bedazzled
sing or
ass
something?
He did
pockets.
some
Yeah.
shit. He had
Dude.
bedazzled jeans. That's what Devin was saying. Fucking,
Yeah.
he had bedazzled ass jeans.
And he was an
I definitely
assistant
remember
principal,
that.
and he had bedazzled ass jeans.
Where is Mr. Riggs at?
How
Just
do you-
think of his
okay.
face. Think of his face right now. Don't you have such a
He
specific?
literally looks like that fucking dude from that. Okay, what the? It's like He died, and he was.
Oh, Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain.
No.
Okay, I would not. Okay, let's calm down this podcast a little bit. But I would not say Mr. Riggs looked at all like Anthony Bourdain.
It was like this. It was like this weird. It was like this weird kid show, and like he was this dude, and he wore like blue.
Mr. Rogers.
No. And like, I remember there was this girl, and she had like a short haircut, and it was like Lazy Town.
Lazy Town? The guy
the bad guy from Lazy Town. That's what he fucking looked like.
I could see that a little bit. Yeah.
He
I could definitely see that.
somewhat looks like Anthony.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I've never seen an old picture of Anthony Bourdain. I've only seen him like when he was
Damn,
young.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Damn. I don't know what
Travel
happened. I think he
channel,
committed suicide.
I think he did too. I literally
Damn,
don't know.
which is
Wasn't he like
crazy.
a chef or something?
He would like go around and he like showed like the beauty in food.
That's cool, dude.
Like,
That's cool that
damn.
people take it to a different
Travel
level.
Like
Guy
no,
Fieri,
no
what a fucking
reservations or no boundaries or something. My dad used to watch that and I was like, wow, they're really using that shit. And it was like crazy shit. It was like bugs on a stick, but it was like.
What do you guys think the weirdest thing you've ever eaten is?
Protein, bro.
What?
Hold
on, say it one more time.
What do you guys think the weirdest thing you've ever eaten is?
A dog. No, I'm just
Chicken
kidding.
heart?
Yeah, you would.
A dog. Asian fusion. I already know mine. Fucking scorpion.
I literally don't know what I've eaten. That's weird.
I used to like, I don't know how, but my siblings used to get these like lollipops that had scorpions in
I
them.
know exactly. Okay, I think that I can
And
attest
I
to that.
literally
That
just
was
ate one of those
awesome.
bitches.
I've had a squid, an octopus.
I've had that, but that's like, I've had that at like sushi
I
restaurants.
was gonna say,
you know?
like, I've had like calamari, but I mean, like,
Mhm.
that's not really all that weird. I mean, like.
Well, have you ever gotten like tentacles that like
Yeah,
when you
have you,
get them
like,
on the
gone,
plate,
like,
they're
the-
still like.
No, dude. That would freak me the fuck out. If my shit was still moving, I'd be
It's,
like,
I mean,
what?
you're just kind of watching it go, and then after like 5 minutes,
Dude,
it
we
kind of
should
stops, and you're like, all right.
Get a restaurant and like do that and literally just have like a recording.
Just the tentacles go.
I've never had sushi.
You've never had.
Yeah, I've never
What?
had sushi.
Wow, that's
Okay,
So that's gotta be
sushi,
It's
ribs,
literally
and
not
ice
even
cream.
that good.
It's a very difficult decision, but I think
Oh.
sushi is my favorite food. Those are like the top 3.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's surprising.
Like, it's either sushi or ribs, but like,
Is it
if,
like.
if it's really good sushi or really good ribs, like I gotta
I'll
take
show you
ribs.
really
If
good
it's
ribs.
if it's really good ribs, I gotta take ribs. If it's really good
You fucking-
sushi, like most ribs that you get are not like fall off the bone perfect like ribs,
I'll
you
show
know.
you some good ribs.
This
Kieran knows what he's
might
doing.
be a sin, but I wonder how buffalo ribs would taste.
They're
Wait,
buffalo beef ribs.
I've
I've
only-
had
They
those.
exist.
They're a commodity, but they are really good.
Okay.
I've only ever had like barbecue like ribs.
There's this place called there's this place in downtown. I don't know, Roaming Buffalo, and they have buffalo beef back ribs.
Damn.
But it's hard.
Beef
to eat that
back
shit.
ribs?
It's
I was
hard
gonna
to
say
eat
that's
that
a
shit.
rack of ribs.
It's hard to eat that shit, bro.
Goodbye, my fellow soldiers.
Oh my god, that's 4.
one went down in one.
Oh
Though.
my
You
god.
two have been to City, right?
What is that?
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
talking. Did you guys
We
have
had
the?
the wings.
Yeah, I was just about to say
C10
that.
wings, bro.
Those are good. I like those.
Dude, we went to this place called Watercourse.
Mhm.
So City, it's a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
All vegan. And then there's this place, Watercourse, that Penelope and I
Vegan
went
wings?
to.
That's kind of damn.
Dude, the fucking cauliflower wings, I will fucking make, like, they are the shit.
Whip 'em up.
Fuck! A burger.
Vegan burger.
Yeah.
But it was like mixed like tofu and that stuff that from the wings.
Yeah, they'll be called C10.
C10 or C. I don't know.
It
It's-
was really
I
good.
feel like as long as it's like decently similar to wings, I could go for it.
Dude,
But,
they're
like,
good. They're
if it's
fucking-
not like one of those like
definitely weird.
chopped
Like,
up
honestly,
celery
like,
patties, like then we're good.
Like I've always eaten meat. Like they're weird. Like honestly, the first time I had them, I was like, this is weird as fuck. But they're like, second time around, like you gotta listen to the song twice, bro.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Stop one listening to it, bro.
But like cauliflower wings, it's literally just like breaded fried cauliflower.
I've had like
I feel like even like by themselves, I've learned to like, dude, they're good as like I could eat them just straight like by
They're easy to
themselves.
make.
They're easy as fuck to make, dude.
What do you even do? Do you
It's
just get some
literally-
fucking straight up cauliflower?
I'm pretty. Yeah, it's just like cauliflower
Have
and
you
like.
ever like breaded anything? Like,
No.
Like,
It's just like
Like,
batter and then
if
like.
you fry chicken or something,
Mhm.
like you like put it in like flour. It's basically like doing that,
Okay.
but it's like
Give, like,
flour,
and milk
like
and shit.
milk, like
Oh,
like
okay. I
You
not
just
that
make, like,
many
a breaded-
ingredients.
Yeah.
And then you like dip it in, then you just fry it.
It's probably like the same. Like it's probably a little different, but like the same as like making like a chicken tender. Or, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I-
You don't get
Like,
the
it's literally just cauliflower, and it's fucking. I feel like having a good sauce makes it even better. Like if you had some CD, like we got fucking CDs.
CDs nuts.
wings,
Mhm.
We
fucking
should
barbecue.
continue with the conversation, but we should just try and say it a little bit louder for the mics.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
Hi, caramba.
But yeah, nah, CD's Wings is straight legend status. Like
Yeah.
I've been there. Devin, you were the first one to introduce me to CD's Wings back when it was at its old location. Kieran was the first one to introduce me at its new location.
Yeah.
I've literally been
And
going
dear
there.
God, their
I'm
wings are so
happy.
Dude, I thought they just.
How long have you been going there, Devin?
My junior year, probably.
Really?
started
Dude,
with
I've
that.
literally had that shit since like I was born.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
man.
I
You were
literally
lucky.
fucking.
Wait, how long? Like CD's has been there since you were
Yeah,
born?
I think they opened in
Not a
like
good
I think their
location.
OG, like their original one right off the one that was right off 92nd and Watts.
Mhm.
They were open in '98, so when my older brother was born. And then the new location, I don't remember what year, but it's been like probably like 3 or 4 years now.
Are
something
you
like
a
that.
2000 baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, who else here is a 2000 baby?
I think literally everyone but me. I don't know
I'm in
about.
2002.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, bro. When are you turning
2002.
18?
Next year.
Damn.
Yeah.
I guess that
I
makes
got-
sense.
I like being 2000.
I'm the only 99 baby, but I was literally like I got a week of experience. So.
That was really
Why is
good.
your birthday on Christmas or something?
That's December 23rd.
My sister's
Oh.
birthday is on Christmas Eve, and I
Like
feel like
Jordy.
that's ass.
It's
Who's
honest.
sister?
Okay,
My
the
brother's on
reason,
Christmas Day.
like,
My brother's on
Yeah.
Christmas. My
Yeah.
brother, my sister's
Wait,
also
Nick's?
on Christmas.
Yeah.
Just get
Nick's birthday is on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
How the fuck have I never heard this through our?
You probably have.
How the
Just
fuck?
get
Okay, maybe
fucking
I'm just a little
presents.
drab, but
Nah,
like,
it probably just got lost in translation.
okay, apparently I don't know. I don't know. The problem with having a birthday next to Christmas is, and especially when you have 5 siblings, is your parents cannot spend that much money that fast.
yeah.
So you don't get birthday and Christmas presents. You get birthmas presents.
Yes, dude, that's what I was thinking about my sister. Like, she gets fucked every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, definitely.
That's rough.
So,
I was
no.
thinking about that shit on the way here because we
Penelope.
we're pent up. We're talking about like sports and stuff. Like we're talking about her cousin playing sports, and I was like thinking, like I have 2 brothers, and like at one point, like me and my older brother we were playing 3. I was playing 3 sports, and my older brother was playing 2, and my little brother was playing 1. And my mom was literally paying for like 90% of that shit. And
It's-
that shit blew my fucking mind. 'Cause,
This is
like,
the first time the Nick train has hit me in a while. Oh my god.
Dude, the,
Wait, your mom was what?
she was paying
Wait.
for I was playing 3 sports, my older brother was playing 2, my little brother was playing 1.
Yeah.
She was paying for 90% of that shit, and she's a fucking nurse, dude.
Yeah.
They make like.
props.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly-
She's happy.
Congratulations.
That is a beautiful thing.
That like
You
nursing,
wear a child,
it's
bro.
such a like I don't know if that's your kind of thing. It's such a good degree, but like they don't make dig. That's
yeah, I know.
because my
I know,
s-
dude.
like I don't know. I like just my stepmom's like a like nurse and like it.
Nothing
know.
against it, but it's just like there's just not.
It's
a lot
crazy,
in it.
like just the gap between like them and like people
Like,
who have
it-
PhDs.
I mean,
and I
it's-
get it, like they went through more school, but
Yeah.
it's just like these people are doing the majority of the work.
and, like,
You know,
Maybe and like it's different for everybody too. Like some people like could.
that's not
I feel like
legitimate
definitely
operations,
you're,
I
like-
should say.
Yeah, I like they could like start as a nurse and then like they're going like they're a nurse and then they're like using that to like pay for med school and they're going to like school
Yeah.
at the same time to be a doctor. Like they
Mhm.
take that as like a step, but like I mean my mom's been a nurse for as long as I can remember. Like I don't ever remember her being something other than a nurse.
Mhm.
And
That's cool.
that's
bro.
just crazy to think about.
Where does she work at?
Right now she works at Essentia Health.
Yeah.
Or at SEO Health. I won't say the exact location.
I feel that.
She works at
What is-
Yo, are you Karen's mom? Fucking- How do you guys feel about having kids, bro?
Having kids. Ooh.
Nah,
What a conversation change. Seth, that's
I'm
such a
pretty
good move,
100%.
my man.
Well, I was thinking that shit like a little while ago when we brought it up. Like going through life, like I definitely did not want kids.
Mhm.
Like I was just like, fuck that. They're loud. They're fucking annoying. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck are you crying for? Like what do you want? Like, it's like,
You have no reason to
Not
cry.
okay.
Why are you
My
crying?
my thought on kids, not to like, I don't know. This is gonna sound bad. Not
We're
to
all like 18 and 19.
Not
yeah,
to
yeah.
not to
Yeah.
not to dehumanize them, but like it's like the most extreme version of a dog, where like it's like you get again, this is gonna sound so terrible. You get a pet and you take care of it and you like it's your baby. It's your like some people like my dog is my baby, that kind of deal. But like so much more than that. That was literally a dinosaur growl, bro. That was no lie. That was like I cannot tone my burps like that. That was impressive.
Kieran's just
don't even worry, bro. That's just,
But it's like, in the sense of, again, for background, I used to own a dog named Thor. In the sense of owning Thor, it's like I raised him, and it's like I love Thor, and like literally like kind of being like apart from him just now that he lives with my dad is like I miss that dog. That was a dope ass
Yeah,
dog,
bro.
but like
Bro, I'm about to cry.
my God, that was a responsibility, and like
yeah.
I couldn't come to Seth's house for
Straight up.
for like a long period of time because I had to go back and like watch my dog. I had
Yeah.
to like let him out. I had to take him on walks. I had to fucking like take care of this dog, and it's such a responsibility that like I would love to have children at some point in time, but like not at all soon because I am not
We're
ready to
way
take
too
on that
young.
I
responsibility.
think, like I was saying earlier, like fuck kids, but now like I've totally had a change of heart. Like I just really feel like they could be a benefit for you and just really teach you a lot. But at the same time, I think it's really like easy to get caught in thinking it's gonna be super easy, when literally it's such a change in life. Like seeing my sister and Chris have a fucking kid, like their life is completely different. Completely
Fuck,
different.
That's the whole thing is because it's such a responsibility. You essentially have to organize your life around a single thing, and it's like just at this moment with music and stuff, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
So like.
Bro, we're like...
We're so fucking young, bro. We gotta take advantage of the time that we have just being young, because really, being young is limited, and that's very, very obvious.
My
but it's
brother-
something that you don't think about.
Like my brother had his first kid at 17. He had his second kid at 19.
Oh my Lord.
Like
Wow.
That's crazy. Dude.
that's a responsibility, and like unfortunately, I don't know how much of this I've told you guys, but like the situation is what it is, and he's not there for them. So it's like that's a problem. That's
Yeah.
kind of like when you have a kid, that's a responsibility that like you know. God, I'm getting fucking graphic. Not like when you're having sex, you don't like that's a thing. You don't fucking like you don't
think
you
about
know
it.
you know that's a possibility, and you kind of have to accept that possibility as like again, this is gonna sound terrible, but as terrible as that possibility is, like it's just like if once you have a kid, like you can't just not
Yeah.
be there for that kid
Yeah.
Period.
because like
It
we're getting deep on this podcast. Like my childhood was a lot like that. I didn't have a dad, and my mom was kind of off doing her work thing. So it's
Yeah.
like it's you need parents there to be able to teach a kid what life is. Like,
yeah, really.
Get them
exploring
right.
exploring can
Literally
only
don't
do
know
so
shit.
much, and like it actually leads to misconceptions of things.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, you really gotta like it's such a responsibility that you gotta take on.
Yeah. It's I think that's super important that like I'm sure it happens. I know it happens all the time when just like people get pregnant and it's like, oh fuck, like all right, we're about to have a kid, and it's like it's crazy that a lot of kids don't have parents that are together because they just fucked around when they shouldn't have. But it's like we're all human, so it's like you can't even blame those people. You can and you can't.
It's just like you gotta try and make I don't know. It's kinda like depending on if that's your situation, you gotta try and make the best out of that situation.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it is what it is, but like if I don't know. I I love my brother, but like him not being there for his kids is, in my eyes, a problem.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Understandable.
Mhm. That's just
It's
how it
crazy.
is. This
It
podcast
is really
is dope,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah. Most
Straight
important thing is that
conversation.
we're just able to talk about whatever comes up. And you know what? It's just all conversation. You know what? We're all human. Nothing's perfect here, and that's one of the most attractive things about like a podcast like this. It's just you really get to see it from other people's perspective, and it's just like you get to see it in yourself. It's like I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times I feel like life should be going perfect, like everything should be feeling good, but literally life isn't like that, and that's totally okay.
Life is just
Yin and yang.
experiences
Yin
and
and
how
yang.
you go through it. It's not.
Bro,
I don't
what
know.
the fuck?
Hold on, I'll go.
Okay, I'm
God
to
damn.
yin and yang,
Devin.
my boys.
Yin and
You were
fucking
just
yang, my man.
Murdering us.
Yin and fucking
You
yang.
don't
Goodbye
have
to
to
this.
join along.
No.
Like
Okay,
I know
never
it might
mind.
not have
Running
looked
brother
like a lot.
follows
My
my own
God,
ways.
that
Dude,
cup,
I
dude.
told you when you were filling that shit up, I was like, God damn, like what the fuck?
It's those two. If any
that
of us
all?
ever have kids,
Nah,
to be
it's
to
like
being their father.
maybe a third
You know,
So being there.
to being.
Indeed.
I'm going without a chaser this whole one.
I don't even know what I'm at.
I'm
It's
a
not
five.
mixed at all at the bottom. Literally not at all.
Yeah, I can.
It was literally not mixed at all at the bottom.
Dude, I got fucked up by a piece of glass. Like, it doesn't really look like it,
God,
but I was fucking trying to, like, move some comforters at work. And I was, like, standing on this ladder. I was trying to reach across this fixture and fucking this rogue-ass piece of glass just out of nowhere. I fucking slid my hand and it fucking went all the way in my hand. And it cut the fuck out of me, and then I had to pull it out. It's really not that bad. It's pretty small, but, like,
That's
that
the
bitch hurt.
Were you wearing
Pig.
a hat?
That's a hard
Yeah,
hat.
where was your helmet?
What the fuck?
Where's your
What-
protective gear, Seth? You should have been wearing gloves.
Dude, true. I
Safety
should've been
first,
wearing
I don't know. But like, okay, Devin and I have both like, it's dumb shit. It's window cleaning, but we have gotten some injuries.
Dude. Shoulders.
Like, Devin literally took a chunk out of his finger the other day.
Devin took a
And,
chunk
like,
out of his finger trying to dunk, so I don't fucking doubt
And,
it.
like,
Dude,
Literally, it's not here anymore, but my fingers used to look like
Just
shit.
build
Like, literally
calluses.
right here.
Yes,
here and
right
here.
there,
dude.
Yeah.
Devin literally
were
ripped
Where
black.
does he grow? I broke the
Oh,
shit out of
shit.
myself.
Oh,
Middle school.
Dude, I remember fucking like the last day of fucking I don't know if it was I think it was basketball class, dude. And we were jumping off the fucking trampoline to dunk.
Oh, I never
Dude,
did
I
that.
don't-
Literally,
yeah.
Dude, I like
wish I
tried
did
to
that.
go through the legs, and I fucking went, and I missed the ball, but I fucking just I was like, I'm slamming, because there were so many people there. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm slamming the fuck out of this, and literally I missed so
Without the
hard,
ball.
and like I just slammed my fucking fingers into I like slammed my hand into the rim, and it just like the shit was bleeding, bro. There was like blood on the ball,
my
and
God.
God damn,
it
Gary.
was
Dude,
dude.
that's-
I've destroyed. My
It was
fingers
worth it.
so
Full
many
commit or
times.
nothing, bro.
Was
I
that
got a couple good ones in there, but
You gotta go multiple times. I literally never did
was that high
that.
school or
I got lucky.
middle school?
That was high
middle
school. That was high.
High
Middle school, I didn't get
What?
to fucking go.
I didn't get to
go
go.
at all.
Yeah, I didn't go in middle school or high school.
I
I'm
feel like
jealous.
We
Are
just
you
buy a
telling me that
trampoline and do it ourselves.
When the
Devin, we're bringing it over.
Yeah, dude, I took it twice, bro. I took it freshman and fucking senior year.
like it was straight up a basketball.
It was
class.
literally class called basketball.
Damn,
was
I didn't
like-
even know we had that.
Did you
Because
know
I
that
almost
bowling,
signed
bro?
up for it,
I
but
took bowling too. That was
I
literally.
dropped that.
I
Devin,
you
so
missed
why
out.
did you
Thank
drop
God
that,
that Devin dropped it because then we had
Yeah.
the one class together that we've had our
It
whole
was-
high school
It was
experience.
so worth dropping it. Like,
Was it?
I had
Wait, would you have
one-
not had
periods
that class
1,
if he
2,
didn't
3,
drop
4,
it?
And I was done. What?
would you have not had that class if he didn't drop, or if you dropped that? If you didn't,
You were gonna do some like criminal investigation shit at like up at Arapahoe
Yeah.
Ridge
Yeah.
that you
some-
got out of
Thank
like
God.
that would have taken up how much of your
Yeah,
morning would
yeah.
that
One,
take?
I-
periods
okay.
1 through 4.
You
going
would have had
from
to like go
Thornton
on to the fucking
Arapahoe.
bus. Fuck
Devin, you're gonna
that,
have to
dude.
explain
That's
it to me. But
literally-
didn't you say that they make you watch like gory ass videos
Yeah,
while you're
on
there?
the first day of class, they make you watch like beheadings and stuff like that, just like weed out people. And also another part of class, you got to go and see like an autopsy, which would have been cool. It would have probably
Dude,
messed up
I
my
did.
head a lot.
Wait, did you see the cadaver when you were at Okay,
Yeah, that was weird. Some girl passed out at that.
really? I literally there was a chick who started fainting, and I jumped behind her and like kind of caught her, but she was pretty much still up.
fainting in choir class.
I remember like hearing about that. I was like, dude, I remember there was some times where like some kids would have seizures. I remember like 2 in middle school, and like there was like the fucking Falcon team or some shit, and like the teachers would like run out. Like I was in Miss Morgan's class, and it was like, oh yeah, this girl had a seizure, and I was like, what? It's like I've had a seizure, and that's crazy. Like if that happened in front of like a whole ass group, like
Damn.
honestly, seeing that would like be
I've
traumatizing.
never.
No, I've just had one before.
I've never had seizures, but like my brother had them growing up, and I've like I don't know. There's been multiple situations where I've seen them, and it's just kind of like you can't really do like that much about it. You kind of just have to wait for it to happen and like keep them safe while it's happening. Like
That's literally that was why my fucking.
Aren't you?
I mean, there was some shit that was kind of funny. My brother, I mean, like I don't know, not to make fun of seizures or nothing, but my brother one time he had a scissor. Like he was walking, a scissor. He was walking to like the cabinets or whatever, like where we opened up our pantry, and it was like 2 like doors that kind of folded back, and then there was a pantry there. And he was walking to it, and he literally had a seizure mid like walking, and just walked into the wall and fucking fell back. And I was like, Jesus, and I like fucking. God, that Mr. Miller shit, I literally used to have to do that, to fucking like slide into those DMs and like hold his head.
That's crazy.
It's like I don't know, you just kind of have to keep their head, like, because they can twitch their neck and it can, like, really fuck shit up. So you have to hold their head, like, straight up, and then you kind of have to, like, hold it down so they don't swallow their tongue.
Don't you have to, like, keep your hands away from their mouth also so they don't, like, bite the fuck out of you also?
Yeah, like, you can't, like, hold their tongue in place because they will literally destroy your fingers. But, like, you have to, like, I don't know, it's just a certain, you kind of, like, set their head on your lap and, like, I don't know, it's just, you hold it a certain way and it's, like, you literally, they just sitting there twitching and shit in your fucking lap, and you just have to sit there and like wait for them to come out, and like 10 minutes later they'll kind of come to, and you're like, hey bro, how you doing? You good? You had a seizure, bro. You good? I don't know.
Damn, that's actually crazy.
They like I've never had a seizure, but just like seeing it, like they just feel so drained after, and they just don't want to do shit. They just like it feels like you just ran like a marathon or some shit. You just literally are like slumped, and you're just like, God.
That's crazy. That's really crazy.
You just like sit them in a chair and fucking like, all right, bro, we'll check on you here again in like 20 minutes. Tell me how you're feeling.
Were you guys ever in like a B team experience?
That's what I was
in fucking Mr. Miller's class?
Yeah, there was. I think I literally have no reason why we were watching those videos, but it was like videos of like open heart surgery. I think. And like I don't know, there was a girl who was sitting. Devin, were you literally right next to her?
Said her name. Whoops.
That's what I was thinking, but like. In the sense of, we don't mean to embarrass anybody, but like we're not gonna hold anything back when we're talking
honestly,
about
like,
this.
I'll literally just take the 2 seconds out where I said it.
Even like I don't know. If you would like to, you're welcome to.
Well,
but I don't.
Well, because there was another situation that I was gonna bring up because I've been in a B team thing too, and I was wondering.
Let's just from now on try and not mention specific names.
I agree
about that.
I agree.
You can just bleep it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were in Mr. Miller's class, and we were watching this open heart surgery, and she just like went out and like hit, like I'm pretty sure Devin was okay. The whole thing about that, like it was a kind of like a like damn experience, but it was fucking hilarious because Devin was sitting right next to her, and like her like eyes rolled back in her head, and she just like went lip, and Devin like thought she was getting possessed or something, and this man literally, he was sitting in the front of the room before like she hit the ground from falling out of her chair. He was literally all the way back around the room and on the other corner behind me.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. She like we had those chairs and there wasn't these things here, so she like was sideways and she was like bent over like that with her eyes rolling like that. I was freaked out.
It was a reasonable reaction, but Devin, my God, when like fight or flight kicks in, you literally can do some impressive shit. I literally the bomb threat. I watched this man jump an 8-foot fence in one jump. I watched this man jump a fence that was like taller than us junior year in one jump. I swear to God, he literally jumped up, put a hand on it, and just boop, like right over, and I had to like climb it.
That fucking bomb threat. I remember you guys just came over to my house. Like, I wasn't at school for some reason. You're like, yo, there's a bomb threat at school. Can you come over? And it's
Cole
like,
and Adam.
Such specifics.
Yeah. It's okay.
He was there. Okay, there's nothing.
Well,
there's
even
nothing
then, I
about
feel like
that.
that's not like a bad.
Yeah. He's like, God damn it. Why the fuck did they say that I was there?
No, yeah, it's just
okay,
like...
but like the experience that I had with B Team is there was this kid in my health class. We were literally talking about like, we were going through that period where we were talking about like...
We need to be careful of this. That's gonna be loud.
the fucking. We were talking about like the female and male reproductive system, like some just like
Health class shit.
yeah, health class shit, and like he just could not take it.
Who?
No, dude, I'll say it and I'll bleep it out. It was.
Oh,
But
damn.
it was fucking like, just like out of nowhere, like he was just like, bro, I'm not feeling good. So he just sat down. It was no like serious shit. Like he didn't like go into some crazy mode or anything. But like he just like had to sit down at the side of his desk and like we all just left. It's crazy that like it's just.
Yeah.
Are you hitting by? Are you getting?
He's
hit
getting
by
hit with the train.
the train, bro.
That shit fucks you up. Okay, keep going.
That was
Brian
really
says-
that was really it. It was just like
Oh, he
he
needed
had
it.
that weird experience and we just all went outside and that was the one time
feel
I ever
like-
had a B team that was like in my class.
I don't know if B team is a universal thing, and so I feel like we should explain that for.
Okay,
anyone
so
who
B
may or may
team
not.
is just like it'd be like it comes over the it'd come over the intercom. It's like B team
Robots
to
being
room, da da da. B team to room, da da da. And then fucking like the specific like group of people, like group of
It
teachers.
was like teachers and like helpers and shit.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
they
sure they had to
were
be
certified.
CPR trained. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to have some sort of qualifications,
Like,
but they just
basically
rushed to the.
firefighters.
Yeah, they were. Basically, they saved lives right here, right now in
They
school.
did. They probably did.
Dude, honestly, like
Dude, honestly, fuck.
Save on
B team was
site.
serious
Save
ass
on
shit.
site.
As much as like we
Fucking-
made fun of him, like
What was that, dude? I remember.
we.
Sorry,
did stuff.
sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, keep
No,
going.
you're good.
That's
Was
like
that kid that died like our freshman or sophomore year.
there's a
Oh.
couple of them, honestly.
I remember
Yeah,
There's
fucking,
gonna be a
Nice.
lot of editing that goes behind this.
What?
I remember
There's gonna be a lot of editing.
Yeah.
dude, I remember like seeing like the one that saw him.
That's
Like,
his name.
he,
It
like,
was-
he, like,
God.
like so. There's this kid. Yeah, like there's this kid, and he got hit by this car like right at our. It was at our school, and he got hit
During
by this
lunch.
car, and this dude. He went and like pulled him out from under the car, and like after he had gotten hit, and the kid who hit him, he was going like 60 miles an hour.
It's like a 25 mile an
Yeah.
hour. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah, it's
Yeah.
right by our
Yeah.
school, literally right by our school.
Literally like where kids like
the
park
street
their
that
cars.
goes next to our school.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there are
Like when I say
people
next to our
walking-
school, I mean our school is on
Literally
that
right
sidewalk.
there,
And like he got hit, and he like there was like this RV, and he like flew under the RV, and like this kid pulled him out, and like they called B team, and like and later that day like we found out like there was like
He was just straight
there was,
unresponsive.
Like, kids like were like looking out the window, and there was like a bunch of cops, and like
Was
they
it
had to
us?
clean up blood and shit, and like
There was, yeah,
You sent
dude,
me
there
a
was.
picture though of like all the
Really?
cops.
Like,
yeah,
I
dude,
walked
was
out
at home
of-
playing Advanced Warfare.
Yeah,
I didn't go to school that day.
I remember that there was people walking in, like his girlfriend, and she was all crying. And
Yeah,
stuff.
dude, you sent me a text and you're like, someone literally just died.
Yeah.
Like, you said that and then you're like, I'm not even kidding. Like, someone
Yeah.
literally might have just died.
Yeah.
And he did, bro.
that's
Like,
Real shit.
Rest in
It
peace,
was.
straight
I
up.
literally was walking out of my class at passing period at that time, and she was like in the hallway, like screaming.
Dude, that's horrifying.
Like,
I cannot even imagine seeing something like that.
yeah, I
that,
cannot either.
yeah, that was some fucked up shit.
It was crazy.
That was a weird year, bro. Like,
Mhm.
straight up, our
Two
first
kids died.
Yeah, some kid died on a plane crash.
Yeah,
just
that
in
I
at
don't
Erie
wanna say-
That
Airport.
was
I don't wanna
very
say-
Dude,
I don't want
him-
to save his
like-
name, but like it was a plane crash, and like I think his dad was piloting it.
no.
His
So
His
it
dad
was
was the only-
his family was on the plane. His dad was the only one who was not a part
Yeah,
of
I
the
think it
literally,
was like his
him-
mom and his
His two
two little
sisters, I
brothers,
think.
two
or-
two little brothers.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
his mom, him, his two little brothers, and then the pilot,
Mhm.
and they crashed, and
Why?
nobody made it. And like that dad, like literally, just like his whole family was gone. in
And the
one-
dog, too.
In one day.
Yeah, and his fucking died. His dog died like shortly after that.
Man,
It was
Life
all
is
like
That's
fucking
tough,
crazy.
man.
It's really tough.
life is strange.
Very tough.
Literally anything can happen.
Yeah.
You never know, bro.
I gotta
Yeah.
fucking tell you about some shit that happened.
Okay, what's up?
Like, it's out. I don't want to say. it.
that's a post
Okay,
podcast
that's
kind
fine.
of deal.
Yo, that's fine.
It's some fucked up shit.
I got you.
Post podcast kind of deal.
I don't know. All
This
I
has
know
kind
is
of been
that-
a dope podcast. We're
really
reminiscing, but
has.
like this is a deep reminiscing.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things about life is like, you know, you got the goods and the bads, but just
It's always good
overall,
to reflect.
we're fucking living, bro. Being able to be alive, take a breath, like that's really a fucking blessing.
Yeah.
Like some people are in wheelchairs and we can walk, and that's something that we don't really like appreciate.
And
but
even
we
them,
should.
like we see them as like, I'm not saying, I don't know. Some people see them as just like, their life's like just like they're like fenced in. They're
Confined.
Yeah. I was gonna say confronted, but
That's pretty close.
They're just like confined to like their wheelchair or their disability or something. But like they have blessings in their life just like we do. Like people would like I would consider all of us like normal people, but like most people would consider like someone like in a wheelchair or someone with like some mental disease is like not like different,
like crippled.
Yeah, and like we have our own, like we have a lot of blessings, obviously, like we have a lot of good in our life, but we also have a lot of bad, and them like we see them as mostly as like what we would consider as their bad in life, but they have their blessings too. Like they have a lot, like those are some of the some of the people that had Down syndromes that were like at our middle school and our high school, like they were some of the like I remember Ben,
really?
Like Ben and
straight up.
We can bleep that out, but like he was always smiling. He was like
He was a happy kid.
Everyone loved him, dude. He was
Yeah,
so
Ben
like
was
friendly and
he was
like,
such a happy person.
He was in my 5th grade class, bro. Like that was one of my most
there was like 2
memorable
years where he
experiences in
remembered my
elementary
name, and that literally was like that was some of the greatest shit. Like just like.
because you see Ben in the hall and you're like, "What's up, Ben?" You're just like, "What's up, Kieran?"
He like says my name. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he says it right too. Like literally 90% of the people that I know can't say my name. Like last night I started my new job and everyone was like, "Wait, how do you say your name?" Like God.
What were we talking about with Kieran's name? Like
I literally.
it was something that you had to like put in your name in, and they give you food.
It was
something.
okay, dude. This is a crazy ass loop back to like Wendy's.
Wendy's, yeah.
I was thinking we were talking about this way earlier. I was gonna bring up Wendy's breakfast. But fucking
breakfast.
yeah,
God,
that's the situation that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Did we even finish talking about camping? I feel like
We
veered
didn't.
off.
Like we kind of like
I'm sure
steered
that
off
we-
into a
Every
different
top-
direction.
I feel like every topic for the past like 30 to 40 minutes has just veered off into something. Like we've gone pretty deep a couple times, and it was like that was nowhere near talking about like.
That's more
I'm
accurate.
going for
That is more
I'm going for
accurate.
shit.
No problems or anything.
God.
That's a little bit
Fucking
We're
inaccurate.
on the new phone.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
a
Not the
full one.
Benz.
Not the Benz, bro.
Beamer,
Fuck.
Benz, or Bentley.
That was a
Being
waste of
born
pouring
by
that
a
in
born
there. Like
song
straight up,
being
what
in
is that
it.
gonna do?
God damn, there's a lot of liquid in
That's
that.
not about Rick Ross.
Rick
Gross.
fucking Ross.
Oh, Braden.
Screaming Ross at the eulogy of my grandma.
Dude, okay, for real though, like Rick Ross's verse on
Money in the Grave.
Gross.
Money in the Grave. I was gonna say Birds, but like Birds just gets me hyped.
Someone want the rock.
Rock is loud.
Sock it to me.
Have you guys heard? Have you guys heard his verse on?
Did you see how bad I missed that?
Have you guys heard Rick Ross's verse on Money in the Grave? With Drake.
I mean,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got to be honest, I've never heard Money in the Grave.
Literally,
when I die, I put my money in the grave.
and he
Yeah.
like says it hard. I'm like, God, Drake, why do you gotta be good?
Dude, I'm so glad that you're on the Drake train now.
I literally have listened to like 2 of his albums.
Kieran used to shit.
Dude, yes,
Kieran
that's
used
what
to
I was gonna
shit
say, bro. Kieran used to
all-
fucking hate Drake, bro.
Kieran used to shit all over Drake. Any song on Kieran's story would be like, "Fuck Drake, yo."
Yep.
Dude, I feel like we all have those periods though. And he's got the understanding now. That's all I gotta say.
He is a god. Literally, he is the sixth one.
Dude, he
that
is
was awesome.
huge. Like,
Okay, if I
as
can
far
make
as
this-
the music industry, Drake is
Dude, straight
huge.
like-
Drake,
Whether
like-
you like him or not,
To the
he's
right, to the left.
huge.
I don't know about like specifically money earners, but like
That
when it
was
comes
tight
to
as
just
fuck.
straight
He
artists
made it,
and
I'm
like
going.
top 100 Billboard hits and shit like that, like who else can compete with that?
He made more
Like-
slaps than the Beatles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finish his bottle with-
literally. He made more slaps than the Beatles. That's impressive. How like
Dude,
you don't do that unless you have some sort of talent, and not only like I don't know. Regardless of all the ghostwriter stuff, I honestly don't know the story behind
I
it.
feel like I feel like just I feel like learning that like Travis Scott has like people that have written
That's a
for him.
throwback.
Like Travis Scott has people like Kanye. He's known and like. Hold on,
I
we gotta
cannot,
look at
baby
this
girl, and that's the issue. Go you, I miss you.
It's just like I don't know. It's crazy watching people like that evolve, and it's
What the fuck?
Drake, like,
I don't even know what I just read.
Right.
think of like some of his earlier stuff. I mean, I forget the name of the album, but it was just released on Spotify. I say just, but it was like a little bit ago. But it was like, it was held back for so long, and like, I don't know. Someone has to keep this conversation
Something
carrying.
went wrong, or everything was the same.
It's not. It's not
Oh,
real.
dude, literally, that just shows how like I
Not real.
literally thought that was real. I was like, what the fuck?
Don't believe anything you see on there.
Straight up, I was just an example of that. Like, if
Why
I
would
wasn't
they
with
make a
anybody, I
song
would have
about
looked
that?
for that song.
It's okay. It's okay.
The funny thing is that the Beatles sing about weird shit, so it's believable.
Dude, the Beatles go
Strawberry
hard as
Fields
fuck.
Forever.
We all
the first song I
live in
showed
a
you that-
yellow submarine.
Do you remember that fucking song? I remember when you were tripping, no, that was the Gorilla song.
Mhm.
But you remember that one? It was like, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like, oh yeah, Breathe in the Air is like, boom, psh,
I definitely
breathe
don't
in
remember.
the air.
No, I definitely don't
Dude,
remember.
fuck.
You show me
Can
that.
we like edit this so I can play this right now?
Sure.
Alright.
I already gotta go back and edit out like 7 names. So.
Should we just like, I don't know, we're gonna make a cut here.
Yeah. Cut!
Cut.
I'll just remember that hopefully when I'm listening to this.
You need to cut it.
Oh, it was Pink Floyd.
You need
Never
to
mind.
cut
I
it.
love Pink
Yes, I do remember that. I do
Yeah.
remember that. I remember
Okay, well
that
then
song.
pause.
I don't remember what it sounded like.
Man,
But I remember you
Kieran, can I hit that?
You want to
Thanks.
switch
Sorry,
chairs? I don't
Nah,
want
you're
to,
good.
but, like,
Oh.
Don't worry.
back turning and you-
Oh, I'm chilling, man.
Thank you.
You want to flip to some
Facundo Bacardi? I'm looking that up. What does that mean? Oh shit.
Oh, dude, I remember this. I remember this, dude.
I've wanted to trip and listen to this song for so long.
The dude that made Bacardi.
Cardi B, who is
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pronounce that name.
I cannot read that.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm
The
too.
reason why I looked that up is because it says
Thank God
it,
this is
it
going. I'm
says-
too drunk to read this.
It
Let me.
says it along the fucking like
How are you?
label. I've lost count of how many I've had.
Passiondo Bacardi. I'm assuming it's Italian.
It sounds Italian. Bacardi just sounds Italian.
Take a sip.
Well, I don't know.
Makes
Rum
sense.
is like.
That's not what I thought he would look like.
I thought they would be way older. I was thinking of some like Picasso looking dude for some reason. I don't fucking know.
Sip this, it
He
all
looks
makes
pretty
sense.
like that looks pretty.
It's
Devin,
pretty
you're
legit.
talking to the record.
It all makes sense.
I
Devin.
This man.
I was.
Devin, are we trying to? That
The
is
other day, like,
what a
walking
businessman.
around
Devin, are we
to
trying to
the
make
gym,
some
like,
sense?
Usually my gym routine is like I'll get in there, I'll play basketball for like 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes I'll play pickups, and sometimes there's no pickups. So like that's usually when I'll be in there for like 30 minutes. And
Yeah.
it's just like literally me like trying to work on shit.
Yeah.
And I've never done that before, but literally like I've been working on some post moves, bro. And I am so
Basketball
excited,
is
dude.
poetry in motion.
But like 3 days ago, I played and like when I was warming up, I was fucking hitting shit, dude. I was like, all right, I'm about to fucking.
I gotta be straight up. If I was better at basketball, I would pay more attention.
I am right there with you, dude. Literally, I'm good for rebounds, and that's about it.
Blue shirt. Who was blue shirt?
That was Seth,
Rebounder,
that was
blue
Seth.
shirt. You pass to the blue shirt kid every time.
Yes, dude.
I remember, I have literally thought about this one time. I was like, if there was ever, I don't know why I've thought about this, but I was like, if there's ever a point in my life where, like, me, Seth, and Devin have to play, like, basketball, I'm literally going to be like, Seth, just rebound and pass the ball.
I will literally do that because I'm not good for anything else. You
I was
watch
like-
me take a 3, I'll miss that shit by
We
like
should all
10
go.
feet.
Then we just need.
I'll set a pick
We have
every like 5 minutes.
Dude,
Okay.
dude,
We have 6, we have sub.
me and Devin, I don't give a fuck.
You guys
We
will be
carry
the team. I'm just letting
we
you know
will
that.
carry the fuck out of this. Literally, all you guys
Like
gotta do is
randomly,
distract
I
the
will
other
hit
people.
threes. Other
Distract
than
the
that, I'm
other
a dick.
people.
Literally, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like I honestly like I still think about it as like it's going to the rec, so it's literally nothing serious. So like if
Yeah.
I get like fouled or if I get like blocked, I'm like, all right, like I used to be like, oh fuck, like I would like get all this, but like if I would like last time when me and Devin went, I fucking stuffed this dude, and he was like good as fuck, dude. Like he could just pull up and just like he was really good.
Yeah.
And I blocked his shit, and I'm like usually I'm like get the fuck out of here. Like I'll say some shit. Like, I used to do that, like, I did that in, like, middle school. I did that when I grew up. Like, my dad always, like, he's like, you gotta talk shit. And I was like, alright. And, like, we would play, like, me and my dad would play together. And, like, me, my dad, and my older brother, and, like, my dad would shit on us sometimes. And he would just, like, he would talk shit. And that was because he was like he was probably like 25, bro. Like,
imagine just
they had
murking your kids like, suck my dick.
But like, I don't know, like I don't take it serious, but at the same time I do, because I'm like, this is my only time, like I love basketball with a passion. Like I couldn't care less about the NBA, or like even like I like watching college over the NBA, but like I couldn't care less about either. Like if I get to play, dude, I want to fucking win.
Yeah.
And so like
Play to win, bro.
that's, I don't mean to be
Competition
mean, but,
comes out of you.
Dude, that's like always, that's stuff that I experienced. I mean, I played like competitively, but I never really like, I don't, as far as like sports and shit, I played competitively in like football and like rugby. You kind of have to get hyped up, otherwise you're gonna get shit on.
I thought about playing rugby. I was like, dude, I'm not the person.
I can't believe that you and Devin actually did that.
That literally came out of nowhere, but it was dope. It was.
Did you do it too?
No.
It's
I'm saying if I did, dude, I would get trucked all the
Dude,
time.
but the thing is, you're so fast. So what we would do is we would straight stick you on the end and let you just fucking fly, and you would never get tackled. Like I don't know if you guys have ever raced against Van, but literally this man is not like, you can't keep up to him. Straight up, Shelong Ya is way too fast for any of us in this room right now. Like Devin is one hell of a sprinter. Seth, you literally used to run the craziest corners of all time and like hit some crazy shit. Van is a speed demon. I don't know. Like in frisbee, I'd literally be on one side of the field and I'd like throw the field.
I don't mean, literally, I'm not trying to be like, I don't want to like get in, like just. He doesn't go like this, but the legs are moving at the same time. Like,
it's like
he's
literally
got dirt kicking behind him, like he's that fast.
When Van and I would play frisbee, I would literally be at the opposite end of the field, and I would throw that shit like it was a pole, like literally send it downfield, and it would be up in the air for like.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. It'd be in the air for like 10 seconds, and Van's there to catch it. Yeah. Like Van, literally, this man can move when he needs to, and fucking.
Jets.
That's like, I don't know. I kind of want to run 40s right now.
God, bro.
Dude, I know that I'm feeling it because I want to do push-ups so ungodly bad right now. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, that is an OGS thing, but like, I just am like, damn. I would join you, but I literally can't. What the fuck? All right. God damn it. Hold the fuck on. Give me a second.
There's zero mixer in this.
Whoever saw me pour that, I just missed so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody, thank you. Fucking.
I need to recover.
Revive me, I have Reagan.
Revive me, I have Reagan.
Please.
God.
The ray gun sucks dick now.
Yeah, it's
really.
So
I haven't got
Without flopper.
I can't
it's
even
like,
think about getting
I feel like
the ray gun out
since
of the
flopper.
box. It's like if I got that out of the box, it'd be like, oh shit, I just got the ray gun, but I'm gonna put it right back because I'm gonna get down immediately.
It just shoots weird.
Without,
Just,
like, with flopper,
fast.
but think about, like, Ascension with flopper. You could literally just run around and destroy shit with the ray gun. But, like, without flopper, it makes it useless.
Yeah.
Straight up. And it's like, there's no like,
Is that
not
like
necessarily useless. That was a good shot, though.
At this point,
Is
I've
that
seen you
like-
miss
I
like
guarantee-
four of them,
Dude,
bro.
Dude, I swear to God, I've tried every single time, but I've not made one.
I can't forget this.
Go, okay.
Alright, so like, has that been a problem? Like, okay, so you're talking about like having the ray gun and having PhD flopper. Honestly, like, I'm not trying to explain this to the crowd. Like, if you guys don't know, like,
If you understand zombies, you know what we are.
understand Black
We're
Ops Zombies, then you will know what we're talking about. But honestly, it's just one of those things where it's like we will literally have to explain like an extra 15 to 20 minutes just so you have an idea of what's going on. Basically, this is We're talking about zombies like a video game. We're talking about
Call of Duty zombies specifically, Treyarch zombies even more specifically.
But fucking, so you're talking about the ray gun and having like PhD flopper, like, so is it more of a problem than it was like in Black Ops 1, like when you're on like Ascension and like you have a PhD flopper and like, you know, you're shooting close to you, like is that more of a problem now in Black Ops 4 than it was in like 1 and 2?
It's a huge problem because in like if you have another pack-a-punch gun, you can like zombies can get as close to you as you want, and you can be shooting into them, and you're gonna like there's no worries about it. They can even hit you a couple times. You can trust the gap. But if you have the ray gun and you're using that, like it's a decent distance where it does damage to you, and like I say decent, it's probably 10 meters in game, like, but like within, like, if zombies get within a certain range of you, it's going to be hitting even closer, doing even more damage to you, and like you'll shoot like 2 or 3 times and you're already in the red, and it's like not, it's straight up just not, if you get hit once after that, you're fucked.
With your own gun and the zombie hasn't even touched you.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what you're supposed to be getting, you know.
Like, it'll destroy the zombies, it'll make a bunch of crawlers, it'll like it does its job, but it downs you way too fast. It does, the damage that it does to you is not worth pickups, especially in later rounds.
The ray gun is so much different from like Black Ops 1 to now, because it's like you take the OG ray gun and it's like, dude, this is like, what did they call them? Like, just like the thunder
Wonder
gun.
weapons.
Wonder weapons.
It's like,
oh
dude,
my
I got a wonder weapon. It's like, I got the thunder gun. I got the ray gun. And it's like the ray gun. It's like, it's dope as fuck. It's just like this alien looking shit, and it shoots green shits, and it like makes a dope ass sound. And it like reloads with like a It reloads with like a corkscrew. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it has like a decent. It has like it has a decent fucking ammo count. It's like 20 in the magazine, and then 160 in reserve. It's like, you pack a punch and it doubles all that. It's like, this is a dope ass gun. But then you get to like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and it's like, alright, like, we're getting in like Origins where you need to be strategical in like these Easter eggs of like, that's what, honestly,
especially
like,
in Origins, because in the mud you can't even train with the ray gun because it slows you down so much.
And it's like, it's so different from like, oh, it's like you're using it for survival, but you're also, it's like fun to use. But now it's like you can use it in the first few rounds, but like round 12, round 15, it's like, all right, this is, it gets to a point where like zombies are getting too close because it's not doing enough damage. So it eventually becomes a detriment. Like, same thing with like the thunder gun, and when you upgrade it to the Zeus cannon, it's like you get to like round 48, it's like, all right, I need 3 shots out of my fucking pack-a-punch fucking Zeus cannon just to like clear out half this horde. And it's like, all right, this is getting a little too much, especially for like Black Ops 4, because like zombies are smart as fuck on training.
What zombies are you playing though? Like, how okay, even on round 48, if you're hitting like zombies with rounds. 3 rounds of a Zeus cannon and shit isn't going down, like,
I don't mean like
what?
I may be wrong in like my, because I mean, I'm talking like literally in my mind right now, I'm thinking of like Kieran. It might not be, it's honestly, I'm talking about later. Just like, basically what I'm saying is like,
when you start getting to the point of where it's not killing them in with one shot anymore.
It's like,
because
the damage just keeps, like, their health becomes higher as your damage seems to, like, it stays
consistent.
The Zeus cannon is one of the only guns that like the damage doesn't scale though.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Is
like,
it the thunder gun that blows them away and doesn't kill them?
Yeah, some, like, if you have a pack-a-punched ray gun,
I'm talking like killing them though. Like, I know it'll like blow them away and then they'll like be down and they'll get up and like, dude, I remember the first time I saw that was so confusing. I was like, why the fuck is this thing getting up?
I'd say that in the later rounds, the thunder gun would do that, but like if you use the Zeus cannon, if you let them get up on you close enough and then you hit the shot, like, that will kill them all. Even on like a fucking like round like 60 wave, I want to say. If you have a full train of like 24 of them and you fucking just let them get close to you and then you fucking yeet them with the Zeus cannon, bro, that'll kill
24
all
the
of
max
them.
you can have at a time?
I think so. That spawn in on the map at a time. I could be like,
wait, what is the number?
24 or something like that.
I don't know.
Like, for some reason, like, at some point, like, from watching all the, like, the zombies videos that I have, like, I realized, or not that I realized, but it's like, somebody said that you can only have, like, I want to say 24, but I don't know if that's
through a window at one
it's like,
point
if you're on, like, round 40, and you sit there and train until you have every single zombie that is spawned in for the beginning of that round, you will only have 24 zombies.
I'm gonna look it up.
At a time.
Dude, that's so weird that
so like when you shoot one, or when you like get rid of a whole wave, then another wave comes of 24.
Yeah. I know.
That makes sense.
It may be a different number, but
they gotta like go that in depth in like programming the game.
Well, I think that's probably
so
like about the
crazy,
limit
though.
that they could process with
Literally,
their game
like,
engine,
think-
because Call of
yeah.
Duty's is not like the level that like Battlefields
think
or something
about, like,
is.
Knocked and literally like being able to train in there, and then think about like, think about like Mob of the Dead, or like think about even like Kino. You're training in a big space, or like even just any map where you're training in a big space. It's like you can literally train. Like, I've trained through the entire map, and like think about like that just compared to like Knock, where it's like 2 levels. You open like I think it's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 stores max.
Yeah.
And like
That's the whole fucking map.
You can get different guns, but you can't pack a punch. You have no perks. Like I'm talking like OG.
Oh
Knocked.
fucking G, no wonder fizz or anything.
No nothing. Literally just like you got the sniper in the fucking clock case and
Or the flamethrower, depending on what game you're playing.
It was crazy, dude. I remember like World at War. I played on the Wii, and so it was like that was one hell of an experience.
Dude, I want to get
fucking
Wii.
like
You gotta get
It was honestly kind of dope because like it was like
Test your reactions.
I don't know. You had the Wii controller and then you had the numbstick, and it was
The
like depending
Numbstick.
the nunchuck, and you would like depending on where you moved, it would turn your screen.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like literally you controlled this character. You could put it like they had a whole gun setup that you could put it in, and what you would do is you would lean and like turn and shit, and it would like move the camera around. Yeah. So it would like control where you were going, and like I don't know. World at War, I played like a little bit on Xbox 360, but there was like a lot of hours I put into on Wii.
When I was over at my cousin's house, we'd always play World at War. I was waiting for that. And yes, it is Smiley. It actually is Smiley. When I was over at his house, his name was the Big Cheese. The Big Cheese on the Wii. And we'd be playing fucking Black Ops 1 on Wii. And like that was at a time when I was playing like Black Ops 1 on Xbox. So it just looked weird as fuck. What?
Hour 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got 9 more minutes left in this bitch.
Yeah, well,
I feel
I don't think we should try to hold it to half an hour, but that's a good.
Yeah.
We
That's
can
a good
always
stopping
edit
point.
it.
That's a good stopping point.
Well,
I feel
yeah,
like-
there's gonna be a little bit that's edited out, like a few minutes, but like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
Edited
think
out?
an hour and a half.
Or you mean like for the
Well,
times that I
because
said
there was
people's
time where like he was
voices.
playing the music and like stuff, and like I don't know, there's gonna be like a little bit that's edited out, and like there was times where we, whatever. But I think an hour and a half is a good mark to try and hold it back.
Gonna be.
I was sweating.
My bad.
Does anyone want to Ming? If not, that is
God.
totally fine.
Dude, if I'm
You say that, bro.
Honestly, I feel like
Have
Ming is
to
a pretty
be.
good way to end the
I
Okay,
podcast.
does anybody
literally
wanna
throw
swear?
up on the spot, so I cannot.
Man, you don't have to.
I was gonna say if this
tradition,
isn't
bro.
Ming's, like
I
I
didn't
literally
say
finished
Ming,
what's his
I said
name.
You
Anybody
literally
want-
just
No,
said.
I said, does anybody want to Ming?
Dude, fucking can't.
Ming it is.
Not getting I fucking recorded
Because,
some shit
you know,
last night.
It's out of respect
I was trying to finish with that, but I'm too
To the.
good. You want to?
to the culture and the podcast.
Can any of you guys do a
For the
backflip?
podcast.
For the
Yeah,
podcast.
Dude, I used to be able to do a backflip like standing on the
I
ground.
remember seeing that. Ben, can you?
The last time I tried to do that shit, I straight up landed on my face.
I wish
And
I
I-
could so bad.
I fucking like.
Can anyone dive in the pool?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's so fun.
Let's
What
go.
was that, like,
Go
6th grade?
Eagles.
God.
No, that was
No, that was
nah,
that shit.
sophomore year.
No, I think that was
Mom
freshman
was in
year,
a
like 'cause we were going back
train
around to like Fight Club and shit.
Really? Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was OG.
Dude, I remember Fight Club.
Devin
What
and
the
I-
fuck?
Devin
I remember
and
like me.
nachos.
I remember like I came over one day and like it was me. No, that was a different occasion, but like we played Battlefront. It was me, Devin.
Yeah.
I think it was just
No,
us
not
three.
Battlefront. Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah. And then there's this other time where it was
Dude,
me.
before the Legacy game,
Yeah,
before I greened
dude,
out, I
yeah,
greened
dude,
out that
I
night so
remember
hard.
that.
Yeah, he fucking did.
So
He
hard.
ripped his shirt and fucking greened the fuck
I remember
out.
it was like me, Van, Seth, Colton Admire.
I don't know if I was there.
Brady.
I don't know if I was
'cause
there.
or-
I was at my
or
sister's
no,
wedding,
it was,
dude.
It was Van
my
and-
sister's wedding was the
'cause-
same day as the Legacy game.
Cause I was thinking it was like
I thought you
two.
were there walking
It was
back
like
from,
two
like, the
people
Legacy
that
game.
I was,
so
'cause I
think it was
showed
you
up
and
late.
Colton.
Oh, okay.
It was either you and Colton or you and Seth. I'm pretty sure it's you and Colton, but I remember I like
Colton
it was-
came there
we-
multiple
like
times.
Brady.
It
I
was.
think Brady Odell was there, and like we all
I
like
was
had
not
like
there.
wrestling matches for like
Dude, I
45
was there.
seconds.
I
Yeah,
was there. I have a
remember
video.
that.
I was gonna say.
Literally, I remember.
remember
like,
somebody
wrestled
just
fucking
got
Colton Admire,
flipped,
and that was
bro.
that was probably like the biggest struggle.
You
of my
It was
life.
like
Brady,
basement
dude, I
Fight
think.
Club,
Yeah,
bro.
Brady
I
was
remember
literally
Brady-
such a small.
There's a
dude.
video
I
of like
second period,
hold my
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, I
Like,
see
he
a period
literally
with
goes-
Brady. I
Yeah.
think a period with Brady.
Yeah, he was like
shit
in the
all day.
corner.
Don't talk shit, Brady.
Don't talk shit, Brady.
Yeah, I remember that.
Don't talk shit.
I remember you were like, I'm gonna say this to Brady.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. He
so
hands his,
perfect. He was,
he
like,
hands his
trash
phone
talking
to somebody
me
else,
inside.
and then he's like, "Don't talk shit, Brady," and then fucking like
There
picks
was
him
like
up.
a
and
blank
Because he
on
was
his
says,
wall.
too
I remember he
wanting
just
Braden or
jumped on him.
somebody.
I think I was fighting against Kieran, and then Brady jumped in for some reason. And I think you jumped in and said, "Don't talk shit, Brady." And just started like, you grabbed Brady and pulled him off me, and like started just going hard on it.
All I know was it was this fucking like just a really dark video in your basement.
The scream into the nacho slap, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but nachos were a staple food at my house, and like
quesadillas.
quesadillas, nachos.
I remember we made a quesadilla.
Nachos.
With hot sauce.
Oh my
I remember
God,
I made a
love
quesadilla the day like we locked John Packwood out there.
Yeah, dude. He
I said
messaged
something
me
about
and he
a bird
was
house.
like, I have this condition where I cannot
Yeah.
stand too long, and he was so pissed at me for that.
I think I was.
I don't know why he was messaging me.
I have this condition
Of all
where I
the people
can't
he messaged,
stand
it
for
was
too
you.
long.
I don't know. It was something where he just kind of showed up to my
Sit down,
house,
man.
and we were like,
We were like,
I don't
nah,
know
we're
you.
not.
But like,
like
I
not to be an
remember-
ass, but I literally have zero clue who you are.
Dude, I remember being there for that, and I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain
Did
it.
you have like
I
a
remember
treadmill or
bird
something
houses.
in your house?
Yeah.
I think so for
Dude,
a bit.
Like
yeah,
a
you
treadmill
did.
or like a bike?
it was
or
like
No,
a
it was a
shaking
treadmill.
thing. It was a shaking.
It was the
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the elliptical.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that-
well, actually, I
sure?
did.
It
I had
wasn't
an elliptical
elliptical.
when I was really little,
Dude,
so
my
Bane would
mom
know
had
that.
one of those shaking things where you stand on it and just
What is
like
that
shake.
supposed to do?
It-
Shake the
I
calories
literally-
out?
It, so what it is,
Don't
it's like it circulates blood throughout
I
your
just
body. It
remember
gets your
like,
body
I would
moving,
stand
and
on
like,
it, and my mom like it was loud as fuck. Like she put it in the basement. And it was so loud.
You just
She
sit there
would
hearing
know
it.
every
Sounds
time
like
like we
water.
put it like. Me and my older brother would get on there. We would like lay on there because it was like one fucking thing, and it would like just like go back and forth. But it was like really fast, and you could like change it to go like insanely fast.
Yeah.
And like, I remember every
Trying
time
to
we
talk
put it
while on
on,
that
like,
thing was a challenge.
It'd be like a minimum of like 15 seconds before like my mom would start coming down the stairs. Like, what the fuck are you doing on this thing?
Imagine being your mom,
I
just
was
walk down
like
seeing your
right
kids, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, actually, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, stop being stupid.
Yeah.
And I literally just want.
Shalom, yeah.
Dude,
How are you?
I can
learning
jump
how,
up 4
yo,
stairs
How
though.
about
Devin
you?
and I,
You
when we were
destroyed,
learning
bro?
how to backflip, we
No,
straight up just,
not, but-
we just randomly went to his dad's house. We were like hanging out here, and we were like, yo, we should learn how to backflip. So it's like we were trying to get like a mattress up in the front yard, and I tried to bring my mattress downstairs, and my mom literally caught us like midway through me bringing it down the stairs. And she's like, "What the fuck are you
I
doing?
ran
Like,
out
put
the
that
door
shit
so I
back in your
could
room."
talk.
Imagine being your mom and walking in. Like, well, literally, why do you have your mattress in the hallway?
Yeah, and it was like, "Oh, we want to go
Trying to
backflip in the
backflip.
grass," and she's like, "No, you're gonna get grass stains all over your shit." So we went
That's
to
what she's
Devin's dad's
worried about.
house, who had a fucking
I
spare
had the
mattress.
Explorer at the time.
Yeah, or Suburban.
No, it was
Wait,
an
no, we
Explorer.
took the Explorer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was an Explorer. It was
Are
a
you
Ford
sure
Explorer.
you didn't take my Suburban?
I'm
I don't
pretty
even know
sure.
if
Wait,
you
did
were
you
there.
have a Suburban?
I had
It
my
was not your
dad's.
Suburban.
I had my dad's Suburban for a little bit while I was building my Camaro.
Pretty sure it was not that. I think it was the Explorer.
I think it was though, because
Crazy
at the
Mike's.
same time, like I was trying to set up like not at the same time, but I was trying to like set up a little setup in the back of that car, so me and my girlfriend at the time could like go and fucking like just go chill
I
out.
don't think so, though.
I think so because like I had my seats down.
No, because I think we had to put my seats down because they weren't down yet.
I don't remember honestly. So like
I feel like it was not the Suburban.
okay, I will go with that then. So if it was the Explorer, it was the Explorer. Regardless, we fucking like set that shit up in my front yard,
Yeah.
and fucking we learned how to get over the fear of backflipping. I just
did though. 'Cause
I
honestly like I just like threw myself into it, and it was like, all right, like I'm literally gonna try to fucking backflip, and like
You
it wasn't a
did,
straight
too.
up back. It wasn't like a full backflip. It was like a side flip, but that was like the beginning of it.
But then we went to Jump City and you just straight up backflipped in your front yard out of nowhere and you landed it like out of
Fuck
nowhere.
yes. I wish I still had those days, but literally
I
in
have the
Tennessee,
videos.
I went to a fucking family reunion in Tennessee, and like
Tennessee weed.
I do this fucking thing where like I do flow lights also, and like I'm not even gonna take the time to explain what that is.
It's just fire around strings.
Yeah, it's
Like
fire
Hawaiian
strings.
fire spinning shit. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, so it looks
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
like-
but I was doing it
Do you
with
guys
lights.
see Lagoon stage? Hold on.
Same
Yeah.
shit. Same shit.
Dude,
But strings, not sticks.
Straight up. So I was doing that, and then like
flip them in there.
after that, I fucking like told my family, I was like, all right, like in front of the whole crowd, I was like, all right, I'm about to do a backflip. And I fucking straight up tried to backflip, and I remember I was like, bro, I'm stalling like way too long, like
Yeah.
on the flip
Oh.
over to like put my feet down, and it was like as soon as I had that thought, my fucking face just went straight into the ground. It I swear to God, if you guys know what a scorpion is, just
Oh my God.
when your face is on the ground and your legs are like
fucking
going
heels
over
on the
your
back of your
shoulders.
head.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Ridiculousness, it's just the fucking logo of that.
Yeah, I fucking literally scorpioned so hard, and I fucking fucked up my lip.
I remember
Like,
that.
I should
You
have
had,
lost
like,
a tooth.
Vaseline.
Dude,
on.
Yes.
remember hitting the bog and it had like shit on the inside of it?
No.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Dude,
It was
oh
like
my
wet
God.
from my fucking.
Yeah. Oh my.
All I know is that was
Lord.
one of the worst times ever.
That was so fucking
And then this
funny.
other girl, I'm gonna bleep this out, but Bailey Smith got bit by a dog, and like her lip fucking like swelled up so much, and I remember I was like, it'll go away. It'll be okay.
I do not remember.
Because I was literally in that same boat. Like I was like had a big old scab on my lip. I was like, man, I look like shit right now. But Shalom.
I remember the last
Not
attempt.
that one time.
The last attempt I ever did a backflip was literally
I was
in
gonna
middle
say I
school,
haven't
bro.
Was
Wait,
middle
what?
school? In the snow.
In the snow.
Oh my
yes.
God.
You guys literally told me
Dude.
to try to do a backflip
I
in the
didn't fall.
snow, and I
Dude,
slipped
yeah,
and
you
landed
broke your
straight on my neck, bro.
God, I don't remember
Just
that.
like,
I don't remember that at all. I'm so glad that at least Devin does.
Yeah, I don't remember that either for some reason.
Our friend,
I
I don't even know if
don't
this is
either.
our friend, but fucking like, I was super good friends with Carson Corda in like elementary school.
I was for a little
And
bit.
fucking like we were on the fucking playground or whatever, and he was like, bro, I'm about to front flip off this. And it was like onto this like piece of snow that was just like there from the day before, and he fucking like front flipped. It was dope as shit, but then he like knocked the air out of himself. I literally thought he was like dying on the ground. He was like, call my mom. Call my mom.
Oh, that reminds me of something else.
Carson Corda.
Like 5th grade, just out of nowhere.
I remember, okay, I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember the first time getting the air knocked out of me. I was playing football with my brother, and like, I don't know, it was weird. We would just kind of like go out and like play in the street and shit, and there was a decent sized field across the street, so we were able to like play football there, and just like all the neighborhood kids would come play, and fucking I literally got clotheslined so hard one time. And I hit the ground, I swear to God, I was just like I couldn't fucking breathe or talk or anything for like a good 45 seconds.
Okay,
Wind knocked out of you. It's weird.
all right.
Dude,
I
yeah,
know
dude.
we're coming
never
to the
happened
end
to
of
me
this
at all.
shit,
It's really weird.
but the first time I remember myself, the first time I remember myself getting the air knocked out of me is like, I was playing soccer, and my dad was like trying to teach me how to not be afraid of the ball, because like I'd be afraid of getting hit with the ball. So like after a game someday, like he denies this to the fucking day, but I swear to God this happens. He had my sisters take me to the backyard, hold my fucking arms up on the fence, and he kicked a fucking soccer ball at me.
What?
And like, I know it sounds fucked up, but I totally understand what he was
Adam
going for.
Sandler.
He didn't fucking like straight up like nail that shit, but he was just trying to show me it's like, it's a fucking ball. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, even if you get hit with it hard, like it's a ball.
Yeah, it'll
I
go
just
away.
remember that. I remember my sisters holding me against that fence, and and then my dad just fucking kicked the ball, and like I remember running away crying. But that's
That is strange.
all I remember.
Baseball is different.
Dude, yeah, dude, my mom
I
fucking
know.
like when I was playing baseball, like I mean, I've been hit like I've been hitting the head, I've been hitting the neck, I've been hitting the ass, I've literally been hitting everywhere. I only played like 4 years, but I fucking
What?
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
That was dope though.
I only played
I
like
mean,
4
I only
years.
played like 4 years, and I mean, I got hit everywhere, dude. Like, honestly, getting hit in the head, like, that wasn't that bad, because, I mean, literally.
That was such a bad throw, my B.
Okay, keep going.
Hit
Kieran.
in the head, like, when I did, like, it was only like my second year in, and I was probably like 12, so kids were only throwing like 40, maybe 50, but still like in between 40 and 50, so it wasn't that bad. It just seemed bad because it's like, oh, it's a ball hitting him in the head. Like
It's
not
a pretty hard
soft
ball.
But like, I mean, I've been hitting the eye before, and that shit, that dude, literally like, I used to play third base, and like that's probably like that, and like catcher and pitcher too, like that's, and like for lefties too, like lefty batters first base is like the same as third.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if someone swings early and they hit the top half of the ball, that's 90%. It's going to the fucking the third baseman. They're like, I mean, I'm right on the line, so other than the pitcher, it's the quickest path that the ball is gonna have the most speed when it gets to me, and like this kid literally hit it on a fucking line drive, like it was like right on the foul line, but it hit the base and literally bounced off the base and hit me in the fucking eye. I literally felt like the entire ball like in my socket.
Damn.
And my eye was like physically like pushed back and like that. I had a full black eye. Like I had a little bit of vision, but like.
Did you have like a bloodshot eye? Because I for some reason.
That was fucking. I was playing basketball and literally fucking. That was the one time I missed a game winner, my only chance, dude. It was fucking. I remember it was 37.
I know exactly what you're thinking about right
37
now,
to
Devin.
35, and I was like, I'm literally about to put 38 on that board, and we're walking the fuck out of here. And like earlier in that game, like I went up for a rebound, and like a kid just came down and like he just scratched my fucking eye, and so like the whole right side of my eye was just completely red, and so like my vision was obviously impaired because like he went like across my entire eye, and so like I like. The only reason why my coach picked me to shoot that last shot was because I was on fire like the day before in practice, and like literally like it was I've showed you that spot like right wing, and fucking like it hit the right side of the rim and hit off the backboard, and I was like, fuck.
God, that hurts.
But the reason I talked about baseball is like my mom, the way she taught, because my mom used to play softball, and the way she taught me how to not be scared of a ball, like. Literally, she didn't even teach me anything. She just told me about this story. And like, she used to be a catcher, and she played. Obviously, she played softball, but she, like, the way her coaches would teach her how to not be scared of the ball was they would put all the catcher's gear on, and they would just pitch, and like you would keep your hands behind your back, and you would just let it hit you.
Damn.
And that's how she learned how to not be scared of the
That's
ball.
pretty hardcore, bro.
I was like, honestly, if she can do it, I can fucking do it. Like,
that's awesome. That's
you
actually awesome.
You guys have seen Happy Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
Like where he just like stands in front of the pitches at the batting cage. He just has it hit him. I can't talk. Has it hit him in the chest?
Yeah. How the fuck have we not watched that movie?
I don't know.
Like over all the years that we've had, we
bro.
talked about that
The
movie
Waterboy.
so many times.
I feel like at this
We
age,
watched The
at this age in
Waterboy. It's
our
on
like
Netflix.
at this point in our lives, it's like Adam Sandler's honestly like there's some movies that are like
No.
Waterboy is still OG
Yeah.
as fuck. Like I honestly love Grown Ups. Both of those were just like
Grown Ups.
they're just like
OG,
family
bro.
movies, bro. And I
Cameron Boyce.
literally fucking what?
R.I.P. Cameron Boyson.
Who's that?
Boys.
Never seen that before.
Yo, I'm a show
Boys. He's the
Boys.
Disney actor
Oh,
that-
okay.
I thought you were-
Oh.
Son.
Yeah.
Damn.
I could be wrong.
How
I
the
don't
fuck is he dead?
Never mind. I'm just.
Okay, yo.
I think it was like
yo.
through like
Dude,
health
he had a
related
seizure. We were
stuff.
just talking about
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, it was like one of those things where it's like it's not even like he overdosed or anything.
Yeah.
It was like he just went into this like
It was
state.
like
he just
current,
went
Something.
out.
Yeah, and you
health
can't do
care.
anything about that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, he just.
That's weird.
There's this one other creator that I heard about that just like literally was having like a routine, like checkup type thing going on, and then he had like an allergic reaction to like whatever medicine they were putting him on, and then he like went into a coma and died.
Him? Cameron Boyce?
No. It was just some other dude, just some content creator. But I'm just talking about like, I don't know. It's weird how just like even the simplest shit, like a routine checkup, you could have an allergic reaction to just like the
Yeah.
medicine or whatever and straight up die from just like a routine checkup type thing.
Daily checkup kind of stuff.
All right, we're on like what? Fucking, I'm gonna say 105 minutes. Right now.
98.
98.
Holy shit! Okay, we need to keep this going throughout the podcast
time-
because I
dude,
nailed that
Braden
shit
got it
last
nailed.
podcast.
He got
First
1
time.
minute, or he got an hour and 24. That's what it was. It was 90.
Wait, was it? Or,
It was I
whatever
got
it
it,
was
whatever
he
it
got.
was.
Are we in?
Uh,
I think it was like
I think we're coming up on the end.
1:30,
I
so
guessed.
I
I
think
know.
we didn't
I
take it
guessed.
towards the end.
I know. I guessed an hour 24 because that's my favorite.
1:30 would be
So
one
I-
night.
No, dude,
wasn't
he said an hour 24, and you were like, "That's my favorite number."
Oh,
and that's what it was.
I know that 24 was okay.
No,
I
that's
might be
actually
wrong.
what it was.
My
It was
bad.
actually an hour 24. All right,
This is
so
Pepsi Max, bro. It's just
Pepsi Max,
So it
like
was
that's all we've been
84?
drinking literally this whole time. And that's why we're talking like we
stick
are.
to regular.
All right.
Pepsi Max.
Okay, so before we get into
Punch that to my
a different conversation, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it and say thank you guys for listening to the Crawlspace episode 2. We had me, Braden, Van, Devin,
Shalom.
Penelope, Kieran, all on this shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Is there anything else that you guys want to say?
I literally thought you were about to say, is there any questions?
Are there any questions that you guys have?
I think we're good.
All right, so honestly,
That's a wrap.
I don't know how to stop it.
Just
so
hit
thank
the
you guys
stop
for
button.
listening. Hope you guys have a good ass rest of your day. Devin, go ahead and just hit the space bar.